and into here. So this should be all good now. We are live.
Excellent.
It's your boy Mecha, it's your boy Clim. We're back.
Well, we're back.
Back. Hey, Queen.
What's going on, Queen?
Let me move this a little bit to the side. Oh, let me shrink that down a little bit. There we go. Down. This is absolutely a work in progress. Alright, so we are back with the Final Fantasy VI critical discussion that we've been talking about for months at this point. Probably
3 months.
Close to a year.
Yeah, it's been in development for easily a year, but we've been heavily foreshadowing it for the last couple of months, yeah.
After we decided we'd actually do it.
Right. Good stuff. Alright, I hear sound, so that's good. That's a good start.
The video game sounds. Let me just pop that out real quick. Teague, thank you so much for the subscription. How are you, my friend? Bear with me a second. I've realised just as we've started, like, you remember I was like, hey, you're really quiet for me while the game's really loud. I've realised exactly how to deal with that.
Okay.
Because I'm a fucking idiot. I couldn't remember it like 5 minutes ago.
Game was pretty loud?
Game was pretty loud. Let me turn that down. This is a work in progress at the minute, Teak, because this is the first time I'm streaming directly off actual OBS. So bear with me while this has some growing pains. But you have Clim there to keep you company while we're doing this.
Yes, here I am.
This is... It's not the first time we've been on camera together, because we did our Mecha-Clim casting.
Right. I love that.
It's a fun name. Like, I got to give Rebel credit for that.
Yeah.
Rebel
yeah. Classic Rebel.
Yep. But like, this is the first time we're going to be doing a playthrough with us both on camera after the other playthroughs we did. That's right, Zeke. Slobs to OBS.
Slobs.
So it's going to be a little rough, so bear with me while we get used to that. But yeah, like, we've done... The problem with moving to OBS was, on my laptop, it always gave me terrible bitrate issues. I tried to make the move several times, and it just wouldn't work. But it seems like it's going fine. Strawberry Pocky.
Can't say I know what that is.
You don't know what Pocky is?
I don't, no.
I mostly know about Pocky because I had weeb friends in high school.
I see.
Not high school, college.
Oh, those things. Okay, I know what those are.
Yeah. I was never super
I guess I just
into
didn't... Yeah.
them.
People bring them into work sometimes. Leave them in the faculty room, and then I eat them.
Faculty.
Faculty.
I want to watch The Faculty again. It's a good movie.
Fun movie. I enjoyed it.
But yeah, Clim and I did quite a few playthroughs together. We did Final Fantasy VII, most notably. But we also had some other fun stuff. Gears of War, which was boring.
We made it fun.
We made it fun. Like, we worked hard to make that fun, but the game was so goddamn boring.
It was shockingly boring. Yeah. But, like, I watch Mr. M-Dub play Gears, and it's fun to watch, so I think people enjoyed it when we played it.
Let's think, like, M-Dub's been doing Gears 3, hasn't he? And we did Gears 1. It's like, maybe Gears gets better as you go along.
Yeah. Well, the story in 3 is fabulous.
I look forward to eventually playing it.
Did you not play it?
No, I've only done the first one. I didn't have an Xbox 360, and then when I got one, it was like... It's why I've never beaten Halo 3.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Oh, well, a quick aside about that. The issues we had with Halo 2 also exist on PC.
Oh, okay.
I've had those same issues. Yes, I've had those same issues playing it with another friend on PC.
Got it. Yeah. I can't believe, like, it's such a well-known issue. Like, I Googled it that day, and then they're like, yeah, this is a problem. Okay, cool. What are you going to do about it? Nothing? Got it.
But yeah, like, we did Halo 1 and, like, a bunch of Halo 2.
Yeah.
The Resident Evil 5 playthrough, which was legendary.
Yes.
Absolutely fantastic playthrough, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that was good.
And that was the last playthrough we did together, and that was over a year ago.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it was
Although,
over a year ago.
Yeah, it is fitting because that's when I took the coaching job, and so it was trickier for me to devote that time.
It was also, like, around that point, I think FF7 went on a little bit longer, but it was the last co-op game we did, because the idea started as we were going to do all of Halo. We were going to run through Halo 1 to Reach together, and that died with Halo 2.
Right. Yeah, because you can't just skip Halo 2.
No, Halo 2 is too important, and it's a really good game.
Yeah.
So, like, we had that, and then, like, I think maybe the week before or the week after we started RE5, I was like, hey, Clim, you only wanted to stream once a week, which is why you only stream on Saturdays, and I've gotten you into this whole thing of now you doing 3 days a week.
Yeah.
That was kind of unfair of me. So I was like, when we're done with RE5, do you want to, like, end it and get your time back? And Clim was like, fucking yes. Yes, Mecha.
Like, like, this is fun and all, but...
It's fun all, but I have a life.
Yeah. Shockingly, I do. Can you believe it?
But yeah, after we finished FF7, which, again, was over a year ago, like, we've not really done much together.
Well, you know, you still, Teak saying you're a harsh master. It's funny because, like, while I do stream only once a week, at least I stream the games you want me to stream.
That is not true. I did not want you... Did I suggest you stream Mario RPG? I feel like I might have, actually.
You actually did, yes.
Yeah.
You had said when I was finishing up Final Fantasy V, you said, hey, you know what would be a good idea if if you want to take a break from RPGs, when you come back to RPGs, Mario RPG would be a good one. And I said, I was actually thinking about that. Which is why when I first got back to Mario RPG, the title for that stream was playing Mario RPG, starting it new, but not because Mecha told me to.
Like, I imagine it's not entirely intentional for you to always stream the games I suggest. It's just that we do have kind of similar tastes. You're like, you know what, Mecha, that was actually a good suggestion, and I should go with it because I've been in the mood to play that.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's why I even showcased it. Like, I finished Final Fantasy V, and I said, ooh, what other Super Nintendo games do I have? Oh, Mario RPG. Cool. Somebody brought up Paper Mario a couple of weeks ago. Let me show Mario RPG real quick. And then I did the opening. I'm like, this game is so fun. And so that
you
was
just
the
did the whole
choice.
playthrough?
Yes.
I do want to get to Mario RPG myself at some point. Not Mario RPG, Paper Mario at some point.
Sure.
Just so I can get to Thousand Year Door, because Thousand Year Door is like peak Mario RPG writing.
Yeah, I saw somebody playing it. I didn't really pay much attention because they were a streamer that kind of ran late. Like they're on the West Coast, so they started at like 11 o'clock, midnight. So I'd come, say hi, and then bounce, But I've heard good things.
Yeah, Thousand Year Door is like supposed to have the best Mario RPG writing. And you know me, I'm always absolutely down for Bowser in the RPGs, best character in the entire series.
Yeah, you were saying that.
What tags do I have at the minute? Yeah, they're fine. So Final Fantasy VI. Let's get into the details of this before we actually properly start it.
Okay.
So Clim doesn't like Final Fantasy VI.
That's correct.
Yeah. And, like, it's not really hyperbole. Clim, do you want to give a rough opinion? Like, your rough opinion? A quick, concise version of your opinion on FF6?
Quick, concise opinion.
That's great. Thanks, Clim.
um, I I was introduced to the game by a friend of mine. He loaned me his copy on Super Nintendo. I was probably still in high school, I think. So the early 2000s. I had played Final Fantasy VII already. I played through 8, 9, 5. Um, I got to 6, and by then I'd seen enough content online of people saying, like, this is an excellent Final Fantasy game. So I went into it thinking, like, okay, cool, I'm very excited. I liked Final Fantasy V a lot. So I played 6, and I was getting through it, and there was just a lot of it that I didn't care for. I didn't like the characters. I didn't really find I could relate to the characters. Um, the villain I wasn't a big fan of. Some of the battle mechanics I wasn't really too keen on. Music was great. I loved the music in it. Some of my favorite Final Fantasy songs come from Final Fantasy VI. But I felt a lot of what I saw in 6, I know that they took and put in 7. And so I just felt that that was done better. It was improved. Um, so I took it as a biased view, for sure. Um, but I just think that because I played an improved version first, I had a harsher view on a more an earlier dated game. How's that?
Yeah, it's reasonable.
Okay,
How you doing, Magic? I did notice you coming. I just didn't want to interrupt with Clim.
I appreciate that. What's going on,
It's
Magic?
so hard to get him to talk.
What are you trying to say, Mecha?
But yeah, it's generally fair enough. I mean, I've expressed a similar opinion before, not specifically about 6, but 6 has the reputation. Hey, how you doing, Martin?
What's going on, Martin?
6 has the reputation of being one of, if not the best Final Fantasy games, which sets a lofty standard. Everybody generally has their own favourites. Clim, of course, has 7. You guys know me. I have trouble picking favourites. It depends on the day of the week and shit. But like 7 is fantastic, 9 is fantastic. I love 10. I like a lot of stuff in 8. I think it's the weakest of the PlayStation trilogy, but that doesn't mean it's a bad game because like
Sure.
the bar it's set against is so high. 5 is fantastic. I'm really fond of FF1 and such. And FF6, okay, best game in the series. Is it? I don't know. It's difficult to qualify. There's too many differences and like too much variety in the series, I think, to objectively qualify such. But a game being listed as the best of something, and I find that's always a bad way to present anything. As you know, my distaste for things like The Last of Us, the game of generation, it says on the back of the PS4 box, remastered for a new generation. And it's like, I played it and I was very underwhelmed. And was it because it was a bad game? Or was it because it was oversold to me? And then, sticking with Naughty Dog, the same was very much true of Uncharted 4. I played Uncharted 4. I didn't beat The Last of Us, but I did beat Uncharted 4. And I came away from it thinking, God, that was awful. Like, it looked fantastic. It sounded fantastic when characters weren't speaking. So, like, 20% of the time, it sounded fantastic. The set pieces were amazing. I thought the controls were still kind of shit. I don't think Uncharted plays all that well and never really did. And the characters I find to be insufferable. The characters I like are always overshadowed by characters with very little personality. Drake doesn't have much of a personality. His brother Sam doesn't have much of a personality. Their characters is written by Joss Whedon. In like the basest sense of the term. Like imagine a character from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but with no personality underneath the quips. And those are most of the characters in Uncharted. The exception to that is characters like Sully and Chloe. And I love those characters in previous games, and they're always sidelined and thrown away because we need to have Drake and probably Elena, that's the name of his love interest, at the forefront, who are incredibly bland and uninteresting. There's neither here nor there. I'm criticising Uncharted 4 again. But, like, a game being sold to you as the best ever is always a bad thing. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to go through the entire game so we can pick out everything that we see in the game. It's not just going to be we'll talk about Final Fantasy VI for a few hours and see what we can remember. We're going to go through the entire game and properly take an in-depth look at it. And Clim can point out stuff that he dislikes and things that he likes, and we can discuss those things individually as they come up. Specifically character moments, because I think FF6 does have some of the best character moments in the series. Which is one of the things I really like about it. I think one of the things that really pulls me into Final Fantasy VI is its focus on characters. And I'll admit right now, those characters are a little shallower than some of the other Final Fantasy games. Not shallower than 5, but 5 was deliberately a step back from story after 4. Like, they're a little shallower than characters you would see in FF7, FF8, even FF9. And I think the reason for that is just because the roster is so big. But on top of that, it also means that there's regularly, like very regularly, character development going on. Which is good, because they're all interesting characters with interesting stories, except for characters like Umaro. Like, we'll get to that.
Oh, yes, we will.
Internet's fucked, keep getting buffering.
Oh, damn.
Is anybody else having any issues? I'm not seeing issues on my end.
Mine buffered like 10 minutes ago, but it hasn't buffered since.
Excellent. Alright. We're doing alright, Magic, though. I appreciate you being here, and if you can't stick around because your internet is bad, I do understand, and I hope you have yourself a good night. Focus may not be the most appropriate word, considering 90% of the character work in the game is optional. It is fair. That is... Hey, Ghost Airy. Can we get a shout out for Ghost Airy?
Hey, Senpai.
90% of the character work in the game is optional, which I think is one of the best ways to do it. But, like, we'll get into it. It's been 22 minutes. What do you say, Clim? Should we actually jump into the game?
Let's actually jump into the game.
Thank you, Teak. I
need to buffer, Martin.
I need to adjust that. My volume mix on me.
Yeah, you gotta have that just right. Huh?
There we go. That's better. Talk.
Especially because I do.
There we go. I can hear you.
What?
I can hear you.
Oh, sure. Good. Excellent. That was one of my favorite things when I even started, was the intro. It's like so plain, so simple, it's very ominous, very cool.
Yeah, I think Final Fantasy VI, we're playing the original SNES version, because it's the version Clim played, and if we're gonna do this properly, I don't think we should give the game any help with, like, improved translations, bug fixes, or anything like that. We're doing the original version as God intended.
Right. As God intended.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. I did play it a second time on emulation, and it was Final Fantasy VI. Woosley, Ted Woosley.
Yeah.
Woolsey. That was it though.
I think I disagree with that, Magic. I think Squaresoft was fantastic. I think Square Enix are weaker. But that's neither here nor there. We could play it in Japanese, Teak, but then we can't really say much about the characters.
True. I don't speak Japanese yet.
I don't speak Japanime. But yeah, I think FF6 is where Uematsu really hit his stride.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be a consensus, and I really can't disagree with that. There's just too much good in it.
It's like, previous Final Fantasies have a few standout tracks, but most of the soundtrack of previous Final Fantasies can be just kind of forgettable.
Yeah, totally fair.
FF1, I think the main thing that really sticks in your head is repetition. You'll remember the battle theme because of the repetition. You'll remember the victory theme because of repetition. Actual standout tracks, Prelude is really good in its original incarnation, as is the original incarnation of the Final Fantasy theme.
Mm-hmm.
And then FF2 has then 3, 4. And 4 has stuff like the Battle of the Fiends and shit. 5 standout track is Battle on the Big Bridge.
Oh yeah, yep.
And then
I got chills with you mentioning it.
Battle on the Big Bridge is so goddamn good.
It's
Every
so
time
good.
it starts, I'm not fond of the start where it's just like, okay, let me run my finger up and down this keyboard. But then it gets to the and it's like absolutely go fantastic.
Yeah, and then the trumpets come in for the melody. Oh man, it's so good.
But FF6 is musically knocks it out of the park from start to finish. It is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like we open with I think it's the Empire's theme. Like after we get past the title screen, I think it's the Empire's theme or the Emperor's theme that has the hints of Dancing Mad. And then for the credit sequence, the first rendition of Terra's theme.
Right. Which is, this gives me chills. Like, this is just too good.
One thing I'll give this over FF7, it's skippable.
This is skippable?
You can press start and skip it.
Huh. I don't think I've ever tried.
Oh, I'm sorry, you can press A and skip it. But we're going to go back and unskip it so we can hear the entire theme.
Of course.
Terra's theme is absolutely the best overworld theme in the series. Final Fantasy... Matoya's in the original Final Fantasy Magic.
Yeah, it's such an interesting theme. It's so good.
This is also, like, as far as we got in the West, and by in the West, I mean you fuckers in America, because we didn't get this till the PS1 release. This is, like, peak Squaresoft on the Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Graphically.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, even when Rebel came in, when I was playing Final Fantasy V, and he was, like, ribbing with me, saying, like, oh, you think this is better than 6. He's talking about the backgrounds. And I said, well, yeah, no, you're right. And, like, I took a minute and I played Final Fantasy VI aside. And it's like, it really is. It's just visually stunning. It's just really, really good looking.
Because FF5 and FF4 especially still look like NES games.
Mm-hmm.
They have an increased color palette, but the design still looks like NES games. I think it's one of my problems with FF4. Why did that start again?
I don't know. Maybe you didn't press start after? No, because it was credits. No, yeah, because we went through the dialogue. That was weird.
There we go.
Fabulous.
I think one of my problems with FF4 is that the dungeons are so bland. And it's a problem that they never fixed in later renditions of it.
Gotcha. I haven't played 4 in so long that I'll need to revisit that as well.
So, the first appearance of Biggs and Wedge.
Oh, you mean Vix. You mean Vix Vapor
Yes,
Rub.
mistranslated as Vix.
Yeah.
But this is the first time they appeared. So we have the FF6 battle theme. Clim, how do you feel about this one?
I don't love it. It's fine, it's good, but it has the very same starting melody as 5 does. That da 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 da, right? That part. and it just kind of falls flat for me. It's not as, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's just not as battly for me.
I
It's
think
more like, I don't know. It's more silly. It sounds silly to me.
a little more lighthearted.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
Wedge is dead.
like up until FF7, I think all of the standard battle themes in Final Fantasy had that same opening and a very similar kind of style.
Well, they all have that bass line.
Mm.
They all have that. But Final Fantasy V and Final Fantasy VI are just like spot on. That first 5 notes, that it's an ascending scale, then it descends. Where 5 is like da 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 da, right? And 6 is this, where it's da 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 da, that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that part. I like that part of it.
So one thing I want to point out really quickly,
Mhm.
the localization for this game, especially the Super Nintendo era, is absolutely fantastic. Like, by today's standards, a little rough, but by Super Nintendo era, this is like one of the peaks of RPG localization.
Okay.
And I still argue that the localization itself is better than FF7.
Sure. You mean like grammatics and syntax and stuff?
A lot of stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. I guess I never really cared too much, because typically my mind will fill in the gaps, especially at this point. You know, when I was 8 playing, or 10, when I was 10 playing 7, like, you know, whatever, I'm not understanding the story anyway, right? When I played it through again as a teenager, I'm like, hold up. We haven't been chasing Sephiroth this whole time? That's news to me.
That took a while for me to understand as well. The game doesn't do a good job in explaining that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But after the fact, then I get it.
I noticed nobody has asked why I killed Biggs and Wedge yet.
I actually didn't see you physically kill them. I just
Yes.
noticed that Wedge was dead, and I thought he accidentally got... Oh, you want the extra experience.
Yes, because Final Fantasy VI, for some strange reason, splits the experience between the living party members.
Right. Very smart.
It makes the opening a little tense. Especially in this section, because you get the pincer attack and you got 3 enemies at once. Yeah, I'm playing right now, Teak.
Teak is right. It's only stuck on the Final Fantasy title screen on the stream. I have my Discord covering that. So I never saw it. Like, I have it so that it's overlapping where the stream shows. So I see me and you.
Also, I left myself muted. Alright, oh, there's Ducksteak. Me edit the... This is an issue with RetroArch. I've had this same issue on the other source.
Okay. Oh, did you minimize RetroArch? Oh, you couldn't have, because then it wouldn't have played at all.
Yeah. Let me jump back in there.
Hold, please, everybody. Thank you for your patience.
Okay, so that should pop up on my thing now. Okay, so that hasn't. What the fuck is going on with this stupid thing? This is just RetroArch being a dick.
Yeah. Using game capture or window capture, one or the other can be iffy. It's game capture is iffy. Window capture is the way to go.
I'm using window capture.
Yeah. I was just reading what Teak was saying.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, just making sure.
Don't capture the cursor. Turn that down. It's still not popped up.
Yeah.
Alright, let me remove that scene. Create a new one. Capturing like the entire freaking screen.
Because it's picking up when you're in the menu. It just wasn't picking up the game. Yeah, Teak.
I say more than anything, I think it's an issue with RetroArch. Right, so now I need to move that over to the side again. RetroArch is in full screen. That's actually a fair point. If I switch that to windowed, video, full screen. Then I can keep an eye on the chat and shit as well.
Right. That's usually how I run it, since I'm using OBS in full screen. Keep RetroArch off to the side.
Thanks, Magic.
I only saw the sneeze, I didn't hear it. So I wasn't sure if it was even a sneeze.
Alright, so. That's not what I wanted. There we go. So I can see this in the background. Yep. There we go, it's definitely working now. Alright, thank you everybody for your help. Much appreciated as we're getting used to this new setup. So one thing I am definitely... does the game look worse now? Or does it still look fine on stream?
I think it looks fine.
I'll turn the audio up. Yeah, so audio is at max. And I'm seeing the audio registering on stream. There we go.
All good?
So what we were discussing?
We were talking about the experience and splitting the experience between living members.
Yeah, it makes this opening section a little tense. Bioblast is absolutely your friend because it'll hit everybody.
Yep. until you get into the caves when the rats are like fine with it.
But the rats, there's only ever like 2 rats at a time.
Oh, sure, I'm just saying.
Yeah. The problem is when you're up against larger groups and they can like hit you 3 times before you take a single turn.
Huh?
The Caves of Nar.
There they are.
Oh, there's 3 rats.
Hey, you said there would only be 2.
Get up. But yeah, like once you get to the lightning whelk, I think this game calls it Ymir, you're generally pretty fine as long as you, like, even if you hit it when it goes back into its shell, because the timing on that's always been really finicky.
Oh yeah, no, the timing is terrible. I always hated that.
It's like it's the same idea as Guard Scorpion in FF7 of like, you know, don't attack while his tail is up, it'll counter attack with his laser. But that is, I feel, much more telegraphed, maybe.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, the camera angle changes, the tail goes up. It's like with this thing, the lightning whelk, it'll just sort of decide when it goes back into its shell. Hey, I just see an alert from my contractor. He wants to call me in a couple minutes. You mind if I take that when it comes?
I guess.
I'm sorry.
I can't do this critical discussion without you, Clim. It's not like the other streams.
I know. It shouldn't be more than 5 minutes, though.
No, it's cool. I'll cover.
I normally wouldn't ask, but like I've been trying to get in touch with this guy for like 4 days.
Oh, it's fair. Your house thing's important.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Although worth noting, Decisive Battle, love it. I think it's a great boss theme.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh no, make it awkward.
It's a great boss theme. Naming characters.
True.
So I have an idea of like who we're gonna be.
Okay.
The question is like, who do we name everybody else?
Right.
Also, in fact, let's throw this out to the chat. So the idea for the names for me and Clem is, do you guys think it'd be better if we were Terra and Sarah?
Sarah, yes.
That's the slash fic. That's the slash fic. Do you guys think it'd be better if we were Terra and Sellers or Edgar and Sabin? That's nasty. That was a critical hit.
Ooh.
Terra and Sellers?
Definitely Terra and Sellers.
And it goes back into its shell. I find the best thing to use for this is a tech missile.
Yeah. I agree with this.
This is definitely one of my favourite Final Fantasy boss themes.
I agree with that. I think it's a good one.
Although now that I've got this window so I can like see everything as well, I don't need my phone open for chat.
Alright, let me take this call. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Really sorry. I'll mute me.
You'll mute, but we get to watch you as you... Oh, he's running away. He's not even going to do the call on camera. Feels like it's just you and me, chat. So Terra and Sellers then. It'll be, in that case, like, same idea as we did with FF7. Let me just plug my phone in. People in chat will be the other characters. So if you have a character you would like to be, let us know now, and we'll make the note of that, and you can be that character. If not, I'll be doing like whoever I feel is appropriate. So you might ask the question of like, who's going to be Terra and who's going to be Sellers? Teak, I am currently using it to separate Clim's audio from the game audio. That is the primary reason why I've switched to OBS Studio. But yeah, I think Clim being Terra and me being Sellers makes more sense. Because Clim is the warmer of the two of us, and I'm definitely the Ice Queen. If we were going to be Edgar and Sabin, it was going to be Clim as Edgar and me as Sabin. Because Clim's the ladies' man, and I like to hit things. Is there a setting lower than 160? Play one of my alerts. Let me. I don't know where that ends up coming from. I can hear that, but I don't know where it ends up coming from. I'll wait for Clim. Let's see about doing it. It probably comes directly from the chatbot. Yeah, there we go. It's available now. So if we put that there, do it again. There we go. And then if we just that, advanced audio properties, and can I boost that? Let's say 5 decibels. Check the box that says control via audio VX. See if I can find that. Doesn't seem to be in settings. Hmm. Yeah, I don't seem to have that anywhere. But I did up the audio for it in OBS, so let's see. And that worked. Yeah, I just upped the audio, boosted the audio in OBS for it. If necessary, I'll boost it more.
Catch you fuckers at a bad time?
Although I don't want to boost it too much, because, then it'll start to be a problem. There you go, I'll put it at that for now. It's pretty quiet. Okay, so it's at 10 right now.
Catch you fuckers at a bad time?
15. Yeah, it's Clim. I'm just going to mute him.
Catch you fuckers at a bad time?
Alright, here's Clim again.
Yes, here I am. Sorry. Terribly sorry about that.
Uncle Clim, thank you, man. There's a good audio level? Excellent. Clim, we have the sound alerts.
You have sound alerts? Oh, good.
Yeah. So I added a new one. Might have been after yesterday, might have been after the stream before that. But the new sound alert is game over.
Oh, excellent. I gotta turn it up.
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
So I look forward to you all abusing that.
Awesome. That's great.
Alright, so back to the game.
Yeah. You had it on pause? Oh, man, I'm sorry.
I say it's not going to be a critical discussion if there's no one here to discuss with, Clem.
Yeah, no, I get you. I get you. Still, sorry to you and sorry to everybody. Like I said, I've been trying to get to that guy for the last week or so.
No, it's fair.
And,
you know what I always say, real life has to take priority.
Yeah, no, I know. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, Seek. Probably not tonight. I'll probably be going straight to bed after this. But I definitely appreciate the advice at some point. Tech, missile...
It's always good to have you around.
I think as an opening boss, though, this boss serves its purpose. But... like we said, it's a little too easy to get caught with...
Yeah.
With it disappearing into its shell.
Yeah.
But its response isn't overly dangerous.
No, I suppose it's not. I feel like the damage when I was playing, I don't think I died, but I feel like it killed off a couple of people, and it frustrated me.
I feel like you're not likely to die from it.
Yeah.
Not from the first hit.
Right, yeah, right. Can I? I don't want to do that.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair, Teak.
And here's Tritalk.
Tritalk.
It's probably a good thing we're playing the Super Nintendo version, because these are the names that I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because they renamed most of them in the GBA version. And, like, Teak was playing through it recently for his Turn-Based Tuesdays. And I'm there trying to give him advice and shit, but it's like the names are wrong.
Right. I feel like that's what happened with Final Fantasy V with me, because I was playing whatever version I got my hands on. You know?
You were playing the original fan translation of it. I was going off the official localization on GBA.
Okay.
I was always kind of surprised Biggs and Wedge never turn up again.
It's a fair point. Because they're dead.
Yeah, I guess probably.
They go and die in each other's arms.
I always assumed it was kind of, they've had Vanish cast on them. Or X-Zone in this version.
Alright.
No, Vanish is a different thing. X-Zone becomes Banish later.
Okay. I love that the sleeping animation is just them facing one way. I think it's so good.
It's very much the same in most top-down games like this.
Yeah. I think that's so cool.
Alundra is kind of unique in that it has a specific sleeping pose for Alundra.
Oh, okay, cool. I guess Mario does that too, Super Mario RPG.
But Mario RPG is not top-down, so you can't create the illusion without having to create a completely separate
I got
style.
you. Yeah, yep. You're right. My mistake.
So, the story is that our main character here... I say main character, FF6 is generally considered to not have a main character. But it's absolutely Terra. For, like, maybe a third of the game?
Yeah, I agree with that. I would say that she defines as the main character.
Yeah. Being controlled by the Empire with a slave crown, and now has amnesia. I like these little introduction bits. Like, just before you name them, I like these.
Yeah.
A mysterious young woman controlled by the Empire and born with the gift of magic.
Yeah.
My name is Clim.
Classic Clim.
I don't think we could have called you like anything else. Like in FF7, Barrett was Climothy.
Right.
But like, I think this game maxes at like 6 characters.
Mm-hmm. Climothy's too proper anyway. Just doesn't it doesn't always work right. You know? Sometimes Clim is the way to go.
Yeah. So Clim is going to be Terra, I will be Sellers. My hope was today we would actually get to the point where the characters split up. But that's probably not going to happen now because we spent a bunch of time just like discussing the game. So that'll probably be next time. So look forward to next session when we get around to Chrono being introduced.
Hey, you never know.
Let's do it.
Roots.
One thing I appreciate about every later version of this game, and basically every ROM hack of this game, is it gives you the ability to run.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the sprint shoes,
because otherwise
garbage idea.
Right. Agree.
Especially when you get later into the game. It's like, oh, you're climbing through the final dungeon where you need 3 parties. And one member in each of those parties has to have sprint shoes equipped as one of the relics. Yeah. Which takes up a relic slot.
It is nice that you get 2 slots, but then it begs the question, like, well, why wouldn't you just use 2 good relics? And obviously, you would prefer to do that.
Yeah, there's always a preferred thing. Like, I like everybody to have running shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Because it casts haste.
Oh, does it also cast haste? See, I thought in this game it was just the sprinting off screen.
No, sprinting is specifically sprint shoes. Running shoes is just haste.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying you like to have them with sprint shoes. Okay.
No, I like to have the running shoes. So characters can go into battle with haste.
Right, okay.
But then if one slot is taken up by the sprint shoes, that's less effective.
Right. Now, if the sprint shoes also had haste, then that would make sense. Yeah.
Or if running shoes had sprint.
Right, yeah.
There's always the miracle shoes, which are really good, which they give you like haste and float and something else. And there's our main villain of the game.
There he is.
So it's really uncommon for a main villain in Final Fantasy to be introduced this early.
Right, and I think that's why people like him so much, is because he's so present throughout the game, and I think that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. I just don't like him.
I think that's an interesting point. No, go on.
No, here it's just like, okay, he's an evil guy. He's kind of a jerk. Like, okay, fine. You don't know who he is. You don't know he's the villain yet. You know he's just some guy.
Yeah, you don't know he's the main villain until the twist. Which,
right?
Yeah, we're spoiling. But at this point, if you don't know Kefka's the main villain, then you don't know Final Fantasy VI.
Right, and at that point, you probably shouldn't be here for critical discussion of it.
Yeah. I've mentioned this before, but it's worth going into right now with the stream. I found out that Kefka isn't very popular in Japan.
Really?
Sephiroth is considered way more popular in Japan.
Okay.
Kefka's considered kind of a bland villain.
Okay. Which is how I would end up describing him, to believe it or not. So.
Oh, I do get to cameo in this session, though.
Hey, why is there a dog in charge of this empire?
See, I get where you're going with the like bloodhound it is. It always looked more like bunny ears to me.
Okay.
Like Emperor at the start always looked dumb.
Yeah. You know what he looks like to me? Because Dragon Ball, like there's a dog man who's like the leader of the world, right? He's like the president of the world.
Oh god, you're right.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah,
okay,
so that's
are
why
you going to mention like a really obscure Dragon Ball character that I'm not going to remember? And like, yes, but also I do remember that character.
Right.
He only shows up when Demon King Piccolo threatens him.
Right. Right.
But yeah, no, Kefka's personality is almost like a lot of the personality that we know and love comes from Ted Woolsey.
Really? Oh, right, because of the translation and all the...
Yeah,
see... Right, and see, that's the sort of stuff that I don't like, which is funny, because when I did that one translation for Final Fantasy V, Galoof, his vocabulary changes, and I don't like that, because it's like, it's just too wordy, and it's like he's trying too hard to be an old man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like Locke's theme.
Locke's theme is good.
So do you call it Locke or Lockie?
I call him Locke.
Locke.
Yeah.
It's the way to do it. The real question is going to be like, how do you pronounce Sabin?
I said Sabin. Or if you're my friend Melody, if you've ever been in Melody's channel, Melody XOX, I think she is.
Yeah.
Sabine, she called him a couple of times. That was awesome. I like that. Sabine.
Yes, I'm Edgar, and here's my twin brother Sabine.
Right.
Treasure hunter and trail-worn traveler searching the world over for relics of the past. Who are we going to make Locke?
It's a good question.
I'm gonna have it be Bane.
Okay.
Searching the world over for relics of the past, being his video game collection.
Okay.
Always after the old games. I think he's wound down his game collecting though, because like he really doesn't have room, and the prices of them have gotten absolutely ridiculous.
That's fair, yeah.
Like the retro market has gotten really bad. Oh shit! This means Bane's gonna get with me at the end of the game. I'm gonna have to hope Bane at no point sees the FF6 stream. The Returner. So the plot of this, admittedly, for the first half, is pretty basic. It's very Star Wars. But even then, it's not like Star Wars had an original plot.
Well.
It's the Plucky Resistance versus the Evil Empire.
Right.
It's not even like this is an original plot to Final Fantasy. FF2 did it first.
Oh, really? See, I never played 2 or 3.
Now we gotcha. Beastmen.
Yeah, why do they have Beastmen?
I have no idea. Upo.
I felt like this sequence was a lot to throw at you in the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, this
It kinda
is
set-
always my least favorite part of playing a new game.
Okay, yeah. I felt like it set the tone, and I didn't know it at the time. I feel like it set the tone for the shenanigans that are to ensue with splitting up your team, you know?
Okay,
I
so...
will say,
Oh, go on.
when I played through this a couple of months ago, I said, wow, Mog is pretty strong, and the Moogles in general are pretty strong, so that's cool. Oh, unless you do that. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
I was going to say, just like, take Mog's equipment off him. That way you can keep it, because it's good equipment. And you can give Edgar the lance, and Edgar makes good use of them.
Huh.
No,
Now,
ideally
when
you want Locke to take out the leader.
Okay. Experience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anything that happens here affects Mog if you recruit him later.
Makes sense. Looks like you only get money anyway. Interesting.
So here's a fun thing for you. Mog works incredibly well as a Dragoon.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. He does pretty well with spears, like he's equipped with like, a Mithras spear right now. If you don't take it off him. And like you give him the Dragoon boots and a spear that can make use of that, and he's really effective.
Nice. I heard there's was it Teak that was talking about it? I don't know. I feel like somebody was saying if you, or maybe I read it somewhere, or like if you get all of this imp gear, and then you turn somebody into an imp, they like can just house everything.
I might have mentioned that because it makes the character absorb a lot of stuff, like nigh invulnerable.
Okay.
Like, it's honestly kind of shocking.
Yeah, yeah. Why is the music so good though?
It really is.
And this, yeah. You talked about it a bit, but you didn't do it. Okay, Teak. Yeah. I thought I remembered seeing it somewhere, and the only two people I've watched play Final Fantasy VI recently is Mel and you. I don't think it was Mel. I think it was their first playthrough. But yeah, no, the decisive battle is what makes me dislike the standard battle music the way I do. Because it's just not as exciting to me.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, this is a doozy. Ooh.
There we go.
Come on, there you go.
It was risky, but we did it.
Yeah. It was weird that his charge attack was like... I guess it's less of a like charge up and more of a like charge.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Yeah.
But FF6 is one of the best Final Fantasies for a replay and experimentation. Its large cast is often considered a detriment, but its large cast also, if you're willing to put the work into any of them, everybody is viable. Like, absolutely everybody is viable as a party member.
That's fair. I guess I never went in depth because I didn't really like too many of the characters. Locke kind of annoyed me.
A lot of them are gimmicky. Like, I'll definitely give you that. Gao is very gimmicky. But if you can get the right rages for him, like, Gao can be great.
Sure.
But it's grindy to deal with that.
Yeah. I think that's why I never liked him, and I never liked his dialogue or his attitude. Like I don't dig the raised by wolves characters. Like I get it, they're like that's a stupid reason to not like somebody, but hey, it's my reason.
So let's go into here really quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Locke, I don't like his personality, but I always used him because he was a thief, and so I liked stealing things from people. And you have him from the start, so like he was well leveled for me. Go outside and kill some bunnies.
Yeah, every character has kind of a gimmick, which it goes back to the way things were with like FF4, like characters being in set classes, which is then somewhat removed with the Magicites.
Okay.
Because then everybody can start learning magic and using magic.
Right.
But for the most part, everybody's unique abilities do tend to still be relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Edgar and Sabin's theme.
This is a nice theme. It is very regal.
I always felt like Sabin should have his own theme.
That's fair. He's just chilling. I love when royalty is just like chilling in the chair.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I'm just sat here watching TV. Like, the expanded size of the sprites, though, over FF5 and FF4. Turn that down. I feel like it's a little too loud. The expanded size of the sprites over FF5 and 4 really allows them to have some personality. Like, more so than previous games did.
Yeah.
And it's arguably something that's lost in 7. It's lost probably in all the PS1 games.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's totally fair. There are a couple of things that happen, like, most notably in 7 is when Cloud is talking to Eris in the church. And she's like, oh, I'll give you one date. And he kind of goes like this. And that's all he does because he's supposed to be doing this to show money. But he can't because he's a polygon, so he only has a fist. Like, what the hell does that mean? So I totally get what you're saying. You know, when I first played this, it bothered me. Like, Locke's doing this thing, like, why are you giving me attitude? Like, who are you? I don't know you. I just met you. Right? At this point, I can take a step back and be like, okay, that's cool. Like, that's very distinctive. I can appreciate that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's good emoting without them doing, like, the speech bubble thing.
Right. Yeah, totally.
Alright, so who is going to be Edgar?
Trying to think. Who's more lecherous than I am? Let me rephrase. Who is the next lecherous after me?
Probably be Bane.
We have a Bane already.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't want to make it Teak. I want Teak to be Cyan.
Okay, I feel that.
You know what? There is somebody in chat who it absolutely fits.
Okay. Very excited to learn who. I'm looking at the chat now. But you know your community better than I do. Oh my god! You did find somebody more than me. Oh, that's too funny. Oh, that's
hysterical. I call the big one Bitey.
Say what?
I call the big one Bitey.
Oh man, that is so good.
I'm Whitey Bite Me, King of Figaro.
Yes. Oh man. That was very good thinking on your part. Nice job.
Is it because of my abilities? Ah, it's because you got a sweet rack.
We all know it's the feet, Mecha.
Yeah. So, probably... Incredible.
Uncredible. What's
How
going
you
on?
Something probably worth noting, like, we've got the CG artwork for the chat display, which is a render for the PS1 version, which, for the most part, uses Terra's in-game colours, but... Like, uses her in-game design, but it uses the Amano colours, so she's got blonde hair as opposed to the green hair she has in-game.
Gotcha.
I always liked the green hair more.
I think the green hair looks great.
I
think it's, you know, like
it's distinctive, especially when you compare against the other major female protagonist, Celis.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. I get it, like, you know, you don't want to... Oh, quick aside, that they sell tinctures. I think that's wild. Because I feel like in most Final Fantasy games, they either A, never sell ethers, or when they do, it's like late game, when you have 50 of them. That's something else I didn't do. I didn't buy those tools because I had no idea what they were.
Yeah. I remember when I first played this, it's like, oh, auto crossbow hits everybody for a good amount of damage. What's the catch?
Right.
And there is no catch. You can just keep abusing
no
it
catch.
for a long time.
It's just really, really good.
Like, a considerable amount of time into the game, you don't need to bother equipping Edgar with a weapon.
Right. It's the Matra magic of Final Fantasy VI. Or, rather, Matra magic is the auto crossbow of Final Fantasy VII, huh?
And so we're back to Phoenix Downs.
Yep. Marcus Phoenix Downs.
So that's entirely because of character limits.
Yeah.
Which was... Like, you don't really think about it anymore because of just how localization's changed. But it was a really big problem with localizing games from Japanese to English back in the day.
Right.
Because you can say more in Japanese with less characters than you can in English.
Right. Yeah, I've never thought about the why. I thought it was just a memory thing, and then I realized, yeah, just now. That's pretty interesting. I like that.
It's both. Like, the memory constraints not being able to have as many characters or as much dialogue.
Right. Pretty cool.
Most women are too smart to pay any attention to Why Do You Bite Me. This is going to be a playthrough of just ragging on Why Do You Bite Me, like, really unfairly.
Yeah. I think he's in for it, though. like I think he's, like, not... The phrasing of that is bad. Like, I think he's here for it. Like, he's ready for it, you know? Like, I can feel him chuckling.
And these awesome 16-bit chocobos. I wish Boko looked that good.
Yeah. Yeah, not like my chocobo. Crazy, there he is.
Why did Bite Me as a twin brother? He was such a nice boy. Who is going to be Sabin?
Good question. Oh, he gets named now, doesn't he?
Yes. I always thought, like, one thing I'll criticize about this is, like, the lack of child sprites for some of the characters. Especially during the flashbacks.
Yeah.
Like, this is supposed to be Edgar and Sabin as children.
Right. And Edgar's wearing his regal attire.
And Sabin is buff as hell. Tails. And my Let's Play. Why did Batman's twin brother, who traded the throne for his own freedom?
I mean, who are the choices? I mean, Senpai is pretty buff. I wouldn't mess with Senpai.
How many more women do we have? There's Realm and Go-Go is theorized to be a woman.
Oh, really?
It's speculated that Go-Go is Setsu's lost love.
Oh, I have read that. See?
Alright. This is a very gender-fluid playthrough.
I figured since you know, if I'm going to be Terra and you're going to be Celis, well then who else is left for the ladies of the chat, you know?
That's fair. His name is Ghost. He looks so much like his father. No, Teak, we've got you down for Cyan. Because of your mustache.
I would have suggested Teak if you didn't have him set for Cyan.
Smash the 3 cities on the southern continent. It's a long time before we get there. I say a long time, it's probably like 7 hours. FF6 is not a long game.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. And it's really not. I don't remember how long it took Mel to play through it.
Sad Dad Samurai.
Sad Dad Samurai. Yes.
Yes.
Datarai. May I ask, Mecha, why you chose Teak for Cyan?
It felt appropriate.
Okay.
I could always make him Setsa if he feels that's more appropriate. I feel like he's not as chaotic or depressed enough. That's actually a thing. Setsa's personality changes completely in the GBA translation.
Really? Well, he does like to beat up little kids with foam bats, so...
FF6 fans hate Setsa's portrayal in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Really? Because
it's not
right,
Setsa.
Because it's not Setsa?
It's absolutely doesn't fit Setsa's personality at all.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't know Setsa's personality, though, because I hated him.
You just hate everybody, don't you?
Yes. No, by the time I got, like, the 16th party member, I was like, I'm not going to take the time to learn how you work or level you up.
Setsa can potentially be broken, especially in... It's worth noting, Final Fantasy III on Super Nintendo is buggy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it is really buggy. And there are good bugs, and there are bad bugs. And...
Right.
Like, the worst bug is Realm's sketch bug. And it's bad enough
Hey. The only good bug is a dead bug.
Thanks, Clim.
Okay, go on, sorry.
Realm's sketch bug is bad enough that people will generally avoid using sketch. Except for that one time when you have to.
Because it'll, like, actually break the game,
It'll
right?
corrupt your save file.
Right. Yeah. I think I was warned of that, and so I never used Realm.
The awkward thing is, like, Realm has the highest base magic stat.
Yeah. Good old Realm. Nice music. I do like their music, the Realm and Strago music.
Yes.
It's very, like... I don't know. Like Irish folk lore sounding.
Irish folk.
I don't know. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, Riverdance kind of music.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VI is always one of my favourite soundtracks to hear, like, reinterpreted at distant worlds.
Okay.
Let me go to bed.
There's only one bed there. That's not enough for all the people inside of you.
We only have one person.
Oh. I thought we were walking around with people still.
No, right now everybody else is pissed off.
Right, of course.
I think I have to go and talk to Edgar again.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to explore the castle and then go talk to him and tell him how you feel about it.
Kinda lame. How's the castle? It's kinda lame. So repugnant to Ghost, the king's brother, that he fled the castle forever.
Settled with a coin
settled
toss.
with a coin toss.
Unbelievable.
How do you like my castle? It's kinda lame. Oh yeah, then Kafka turns up.
Right.
Probably Kafka. Oh, there is actually talker feet. Right here.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Kafka, especially by this point, is like one of the... He's the Final Fantasy villain with the most personality by this point.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'll give him that.
And I would argue in 7's original release, he gets more personality than Sephiroth does. Sephiroth's personality is expanded in the compilation, but he doesn't get much of a personality to be shown in FF7.
Yeah, I get that. I think a lot of Sephiroth's personality comes from Cloud talking about him.
Yeah.
And other people telling their stories about him. So if you listen to enough people... but that's work that you have to do. So I can appreciate that a lot of Kefka is up front. I can appreciate that aspect.
And now we're playing as Why Do You Bite Me?
Excellent.
Hello, I'm Why Do You Bite
Show
Me?
us.
Resident Evil Survivor. Resident Evil Dead Aim. Yada yada yada. This stream has just become a takedown of Why Do You Bite Me. And it's really not fair. There he is, talking about Dead Aim again.
Dead Aim is GOAT!
What brings Kefka, humble servant of Emperor Gestal, into our lowly presence? Heard you got some new babes, why do you bite me? Let me see their feet. The witch everybody's been whispering about. I think the fact that Kefka's like really trying to downplay Terra's importance here is a dead giveaway to the fact that he's up to something, and I really like that as a concept. Like, Kefka has no idea how to play it subtle.
Right. It's interesting because I feel the opposite. I find it annoying. Like, clearly this is important, why try to play it off that it's not?
I mean, it's... I kind of think Kefka is insane.
Right, and I get your point now. Like, I've never looked at it from that point of view. I'm not saying that I disagree with you. What I'm saying is I've never viewed it from that point of view, that he has no idea how to be subtle, and so he's not being subtle. Whereas I thought he's just an idiot.
Yeah. It's like, hey,
right.
Just act casual.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and I've never looked at it like that, so, okay, I'll take it. I dig it.
We have to smuggle Clim out of the castle. Clim, get in the bag. Isn't it great having the camera? Like, you don't have to actually verbally respond to shit, you can just do dumb stuff.
Yes. My favorite thing that I've done so far with the camera was just yesterday when I did that Poochie bit. That was pretty good. I laughed so hard at that after the stream.
It was a good bit. You handled that very well.
Thank you.
I have to go now. My planet needs me. I love how cheap that is in the show as well. Like, they just lift the animation cell off the page.
Yeah. Yes. That's what gave me the inspiration, because you can even see the cell outline on it, if I remember right. Oh my god, it's
Classic
so
Simpsons
good.
is fantastic.
It's so fantastic.
I feel like when I eventually do one of the Simpsons games, I'm gonna have to get somebody in who can riff with Simpsons with me. And it's probably you. I'm in a bunch of other streams, like, I'll just quote Simpsons randomly whenever it matters, whenever it's relevant, which is surprisingly more than people think. Like, it can pop up anywhere, and a bunch of the streams I'm in, like Amber's stream. Amber never watched The Simpsons.
Right? Yeah, I remember.
So I've stated several times, like, if I say something that seems to make absolutely no sense, it's probably a Simpsons quote.
Yep.
Goodbye, dental plan.
Lisa needs braces.
Dental plan.
Doesn't the dog bark at one point in that circle?
I think that's a different thing.
Okay. It's something stupid though.
There's so many good bits with that kind of thing, though.
Yeah. There's a really good video out there. It's like, I saw it on TikTok, but I can find it on YouTube. And it's these two guys, and they're like, here's how you make an AC/DC song. It's like, first, you need a drum beat, and it's just like, right? It's like, then you need bass, and it's just the same note. Boom, 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 boom. He's like, then you need a guitar. He's like, you only need to know 3 chords, A, D, and G. And they're like, put them together in any order. All right. And then for the vocals, you do your best impression of Marge Simpson. Right? And then it's just this guy with a headphone. He's like, what's that? Look out! Dog on the road! And then they play a song called Dog on the Road. And it's like a 5-second clip, and it's the funniest thing. Oh my god. It's so good.
That's fantastic.
And it's so true, because that's what AC/DC is.
Yeah.
And I love AC/DC, don't get me wrong. But, oh man, it's so funny. I'll have to find it. I'll post it later.
You have 24 hours to get us the money. To show you that we're serious. You have 12 hours. The pretzel episode.
Yeah.
Fat Tony, absolute classic whenever he's in there.
Yeah.
Like, the voice actor,
he's...
like, it's a guest voice actor. And, like, he made a point years ago, like, Fat Tony's ever in an episode, bring me in. I don't care if it's just for a grunt or breathing, bring me in. And I will absolutely do it.
Yeah.
I love Fat Tony.
That's cool.
I think Brian Johnson, the way it works is he fit in very well with, like, the 80s hair metal scene. But AC/DC wasn't a hair metal band. They just had the hair metal vocals.
Yeah.
Which made them kind of innovative around that time period. Oh yeah, the castle's on fire. It's Kafka.
Right, so Brian Johnson was actually a replacement because the original singer died. And then they brought Brian Johnson in. I was just trying to remember who the original singer was. I see Bon Scott, but I see another name too, Dave Evans, and I don't know who that is. Bon Scott died, yeah. And then they found Brian Johnson, who somehow sounded just like him.
So, a couple of interesting bits went over that are pretty good for story and characterization. Terra's concern over, like, what the Returners want with her. And Locke's assurance that, like, she'll take the right path. And then Terra's private concern that how will she know which path is right. And Kafka here going a little more psycho.
Welcome to my barbecue.
Welcome to hell.
Fair enough.
Kafka's gonna spank your butt, spank you on the butt. Prepare the device. Change your mind? I guess I have no choice. Deuces. I love this as a sequence, though. It's like, Kefka, you think you've got the A game, but like, hey, guess what? Fuck you.
Yeah, this whole thing is pretty cool.
Dive, dive, dive! And of course, the sand snuffs out the flames.
Of course, yeah. All that stone that's on fire.
No one can touch the people of Figaro.
Figaro, Figaro.
Magnifico.
But yeah, no, Ghost, I guess I'm not well versed enough in all of AC/DC to know
Oh, get
the
them.
differences.
And then the Magitech armor is surprisingly quick.
It is.
Although looking at that,
quick.
it looks like the Chocobo just really slow.
Mm-mm. Hey, why didn't our Magitech armor look that good?
You could argue, oh, maybe it's a different model, and it's like, no. The camp outside Doma Castle, you'll be fighting Magitech armor while riding Magitech armor, and they look way better than yours.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, auto crossbow is like unbelievable as an ability to have this early.
Yeah.
It's gonna be your
sure.
crutch for a while.
Yep. And like, yeah, you know, this is a back attack, so you're in the back row, so really your damage should be closer to 40. Even so, to be dealing 140?
Well, it's a ranged attack. Later, Kefka, you
Right,
stupid bitch. Son of a Submariner. That line is changed in the GBA version to Son of a Sandworm.
Yeah.
And it's up to
I
you
hate
which is
both.
better.
See, now you say Submariner, it's not Submariner?
I go off Marvel. Namor. The Submariner.
Oh, okay.
The first time I ever
use the
heard that
name.
word was in the PS1 Spider-Man game.
Okay.
The what if mode of that has Namor appear in the background, and
Okay.
of the Carnage fight. And then, like, Namor's bio appears in the character bios, and Stan Lee says their name of like all the characters,
Okay.
and has a little comment about them all, and like he calls them the Submariner.
Okay. I mean, either way, it makes sense. Like, a Mariner exists. There's also a baseball team.
Was that a bad person?
He set the whole castle on fire. What do you mean?
Them, there's someone I'd like you to meet. The shoe comes off.
How is that? How is that? Oh my god. No. Leave my feet alone.
Them, there's someone I'd like you to meet. This is Mitch Connor. Mitch O'Connor? I can't fucking remember. It's been a while.
The South Park episode?
Yeah.
I think it's Mitch Connor. Yeah.
Taco, 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 burrito, taco.
I love you, Ben. Oh, man. I haven't the foggiest.
I mean, the foggiest idea, but no human is born with the powers you have. You're a wizard, Clim.
So I both love and hate all of this that's happening right now. Like, swinging the chocobos around. Like, the fact that Locke is still turning around kind of aggravates me, but I love the display of...
Momentum.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's pretty cool.
You could argue maybe Locke's Chocobo is a little more unruly, or Locke's just worse with Chocobos.
Fair enough. Okay, I dig it.
This is one of my favourite renditions of Terra's theme that's a little heavier on the piano.
Okay. Yeah, this is nice. It's pleasant. It's very thoughtful.
To the south, there's a cave that leads to South Figaro. Mode 7. I always find it so hard to navigate the world in these Mode 7 bits.
Oh, is that what this is called? Mode 7?
Yeah, it's the scaling and rotation of sprites.
Gotcha.
It's the special feature that the Super Nintendo had.
Gotcha.
So stuff like Super Mario Kart, which was basically this as a game, F-Zero.
Right.
A lot of early Super Nintendo games used it. Specifically
Pilot
scaling
Wings.
rotation sprites.
Yeah.
Ding, why'd you bite me? Where are you heading? Downtown. Turn at the castle and tell the others we're safe. But the castle's gone. Like, do you know where it submerges? And, like, they specifically establish a little bit later that the castle can move while submerged. So, like, does it always pop up in the same spot when it comes back to Figaro?
I mean, for our purposes, yes. Right? But, yeah, no, that's a solid question. Yeah, there's a turtle. Is that Guido?
Turtle is not important until way later. Right now, it's just there so you get an idea to look at the water, because it's a recovery spring. Right. So I think these dungeons visually are far more interesting than FF4 and FF5. Although FF5 was already more interesting than 4.
Sure. Comes with the territory. I mean, 5 did start to do stuff with backgrounds, like background and foreground. Like in the forest, they had the, you know, what you see. Well, I'm pointing.
Yeah,
here
the layering and stuff.
There. Yeah. Which I think is pretty cool. But even the backgrounds, I gotta stop looking over here. Here. I gotta just stop talking with my hands. My Italian needs to go away for a minute.
But to clean.
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
But like the backgrounds in the battle are so detailed. Like they do a nice job.
You mean here or in 5?
Say what? In here, in this game.
Because like I remember specifically bringing it up in your playthrough of FF5 how bland the backgrounds looked in battle.
Yes.
Which is something they do fix in FF5 Advance.
Oh yeah?
They look better there. I suppose I should have Clim cast magic at some point in this fight.
To make them shocked?
Yeah, because there's a limited time to do that.
Will they still get all worked up about it?
In the cave, yeah.
Because they've already had the discussion about her being able to use magic. On the Chocobos.
It's still a possibility, even after that. Oh no, there you go, they're not doing it anymore. I know it can happen in the cave.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's a good point. Because if you use it before that, they'll be like, whoa, what the hell did she just do? Gotta keep an eye on this one.
Alright, there's Figaro.
Yeah, the use of the ocarina in these musics is really, really good. I imagine it's an ocarina or a flute of some kind, you know? But it's got that mellow sound of an ocarina.
Oh, who's gonna be Shadow?
Oh.
Who'd slit his
Star?
mama's throat for a nickel?
Got Shadow in his name.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. Slit his mother's
Shadow's
throat for a
theme
nickel.
is so good.
Yeah, except for the springy part in the beginning.
I think that's more a problem of specific instrumentation.
Yeah.
I get what they're trying to go with.
It's supposed to be a Western thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I dig it. I like the theme. It's just that springy part in the beginning makes it sound so...
Yeah, I get what they're trying to do with that, and I can't think what the instrument they're trying to mimic is.
Right.
That Shadow, he'd slit his mama's throat for a nickel. He owes
God, he
allegiance to
looks
no
so
one and will
cool.
do anything for money. He comes and goes like the wind.
Yeah, sounds like Star to me. It's perfect.
That Star, he'd slit his mama's throat for a nickel. They absolutely changed that line in the GBA version.
Oh?
It's
Be what, less
weird.
aggressive?
It's weird though, because like this game still operates under the censorship of Nintendo at the time,
Yeah.
so there's not a lot of overt references to death. There's a lot more destroy than there is kill.
Okay.
And then there's this line, which is crazy. Anyway, we'll see Star later.
I like Shadow a lot. I like his design. I like his attacks. But if you recruit him, he'll just bounce sometimes, right?
Yeah, he has a chance of leaving at any point. Although
Yeah.
every one of my more recent playthroughs, he has stuck with me to the waterfall, which is like the final point. He will definitely leave you at that point if he hasn't already.
Okay. And if he does leave, can you get him back? Or no, you
Later.
just have to wait until...
He'll return in the story later. He is
Right.
eventually permanently recruitable, but there's a few points in the game where you can recruit him for a short period earlier.
Gotcha.
Shadow is also I think the only party member who can permanently die. Attack from the east. That way. What do you think you're doing, barging in here while I'm reading the letter? Harumph, I say. Harumph.
Harumph!
Sorry, even a millionaire can be startled. Like, I get the idea with this. Like, now it's like, oh yeah, his facade is like upper class British, but when you startle him, he goes into like heavy Jersey. This room will be more important later though, so we'll leave that for now.
Yeah. I remember vague things about this.
Chugga 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 chugga, magic tech armor, chugga 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 chugga. General Leo. Everybody's favorite member of the Empire.
Right, it's true.
It's like, his parallel in 7 would probably be Reeve. But he is absolutely better than Reeve.
Yeah, Reeve doesn't get a whole lot of anything, really. I think that's a fair thing to say. I like Reeve, and I do think that he's, you know, I find him interesting, just because I put in the work to like read into him a little bit, you know.
I think it'd be good if there was more to do with him, rather than just Kate Sith.
Yes, agree.
Because, like, through the lens of Kate Sith, he's kind of insufferable.
Yes, totally agree. Yes.
Let's go get some weapons.
Excellent.
Some stabby implements. Oh yeah, shit, I have the stuff I took off Mog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the mithril pike and the mithril shield.
Bye. What are you agreeing with, Ghost? Because I missed that.
Oh ho ho ho.
Those cats were fast as lightning.
Ho, ho, ho,
Ooh,
ho.
new season of Cobra Kai is on Netflix. I need to watch that.
I don't watch Cobra Kai. I'm not into the
No?
Karate Kid.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something. I don't really care for the Karate Kid, the movie. I gave Cobra Kai a shot. And I really, really enjoy it. Take that for what you will.
Well, there's also the point of I don't watch series anymore.
Fair enough. That's fair.
Like, people are all
Reeves and
like,
Kate-
yeah, no, you've got all these big series that are out now, like all the Marvel stuff that I don't give a shit about, and the new Star Wars stuff they've announced that I probably will not watch. I watched the last thing I watched was the Obi-Wan series, specifically because it's a limited series,
Okay.
like 6 episodes, and like there's the rumors that they're going to come out and do a second season. I'm like, don't.
Interesting. Okay. Teak, you're talking about Cobra Kai. You haven't found inspiration to continue. I get it. I like it. I think it's well done. I think they do a nice job of recapping the movie for anybody who hasn't seen it.
But at what point are they going to bring in Hilary Swank?
It's a valid question. I don't know.
Oh, you get
who was
what the
Hilary
question's
Swank?
about, right?
No.
She was the main character of the new Karate Kid.
Oh,
The
okay.
fourth movie.
With Will Smith's kid.
No, it still had Pat Morita in it. It's
Oh.
called the new Karate Kid.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
I'll look it up. It was one of her earlier movie roles.
Okay.
Like there was that, and then she did like nothing for 30 years, and then she was $1 Million Baby.
Right.
It's absolutely the next Karate Kid. Thank you, Teak.
Ah. Okay.
The next Nintendo 3DS. No, I'm pretty sure Hilary Swank did something between her appearance in The Karate Kid and fucking $1 Million Baby, because there was like at least 15 years between those.
Right.
Am I getting audio issues?
I don't know. You turned it down, so I don't hear the audio all too well. I hear it though.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting audio issues. Let's see if restarting it's gonna fix that.
Okay.
Because I just saved.
It has frozen on the stream, just so you know.
Really? Because it's looking fine on the preview.
Oh, you know what? It was like taking a minute to update. You're good. You're good. I was just trying to be a little bit better on looking at that.
What's that smell?
Ooh, that smell.
I'll find out after I've in it. This his favourite tea. This his favourite spitting bucket. These dishes, they were his favourite. He stole these dishes from the castle. Just
Favorite
go to
pillow.
bed again. I've had a hard time walking across the room. Flowers, his favourite.
Any flower.
Ghost. He was here.
Seems like we've been ghosted again.
You know this guy? Oh, so left a couple of days ago after he heard Master Duncan was slain, he head to the mountains. Head Duncan's son Vargas is missing as well. I have a bad feeling about this.
Well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this one out.
I'm a rocket man. Running on the fuel here alone. Rhinotaur.
Beautiful.
It's good to run into these now because it means they'll appear on the Veldt later and they give Gao a decent rage.
Wait, what? Monsters you meet now?
Monsters you meet at any point through the game will later appear on the Veldt. You can only...
Really? Is that how that works?
Yes. You can only gain new rages on the Veldt.
Right. Or Gao disappears for some random period of time.
Yeah, it's a frustrating mechanic.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Brawler.
Oh god!
Yeah, even enemies that shouldn't really be classed as monsters will later appear on the Veldt if you encounter them.
Right? Like these actual monks.
Brawlers will appear, yeah.
Yeah. They're just people, just chilling.
Just dudes.
Yeah.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes. I love that that's become like a thing on Reddit. Of like, the whole thing of like, you know, boys will be boys. And how it's been kind of really badly co-opted to try and excuse rape culture.
Sure, yeah.
And, like, so Reddit's made this whole thing now of, like, the way boys will be boys should be, and they call it guys will be dudes. Guys being dudes.
Okay. Right.
The internet is a horrible cesspool, but it does some great stuff sometimes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes. Seeing each other naked in the shower. Look at that boy's penis. Abort the joke. Abort the joke.
Probably for the best, yeah. Or brawlers. It was like the scariest place to be was men's locker room when I had a spa membership. Is that what guys do? Yes.
Always kiss your homies goodnight.
Always kiss your
Fuck, there was a brilliant. Have you seen Spider-Man: No Way Home?
Yes.
Yeah. There's the bit where Green Goblin is like strong enough to take whatever you want. 2 weeks to actually do it, or some shit like that. There was a fantastic bit meme that I saw earlier today. Strong enough to tell your homies you love them. 2 weeks to kiss them on the lips.
That's funny.
So what were you gonna say, Clim?
What was I gonna say?
Is that what guys do?
Oh, Ghost was saying, is that what guys do? And I was joking, yes. The
Spa thing.
The locker room. I was just mostly joking. Like, I would always just keep my eyes on the floor, you know, because you'd walk into the locker room, right? Like I'd go into the pool, I'd go into the hot tub or whatever. I'd come out, go in the locker room, time to get changed, right? And you'd open up the door, you go around the corner, and then there's just naked dudes, right? And whatever, it's fine. It's just like they don't want you to look at them. I don't want to look at them. Like, we're all just trying to not look at each other. But me, like, I'm scatterbrained. I see something move over here, and I'm like, what's this? And so then I'm turning my head and I'm like, oh, that's some dude's
Oh,
penis.
that's
Like,
penis.
okay. Yeah. With teeth. The quote that just came up.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh man. Timed too well. Oh, okay. Alright. Back in it, Clim. Get your head back in the game.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Absolutely, quote again.
Shut up, Junpei.
I look forward to getting back to that with Chance.
That was fun, yeah. That was fun to watch.
So Clem, you've got the PC set up now. Have you considered picking up Persona 4 Golden?
Yes, I have, actually. I have strongly considered that.
Hmm.
And I just never got around to it because I spent so much money on the PS5. I've been
that was a
trying
mistake.
to not spend money. It was a mistake to buy the PS5?
Yes.
I don't agree with this.
I disagree with your disagreement.
That's fair. That's fair that you disagree. I don't. I think it was the right purchase for me.
I'm sat here with my PC, I'm a new PC now, and I'm like, this was absolutely the right decision. Like, over a PS5.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's fair. Excuse me. However, this is a laptop. I hit my microphone. Sorry. This is a laptop, so when I do run games that are more labor intensive, it will like run heavy, and that's fine. It's whatever. The fan's running. It's fine. But I don't want to stress it out. I bought this so that. I bought this so that I could stream from it using a capture card, using the emulator. I've played Genshin on it, and it runs it great. The fans run a little loud, but whatever, it runs
I feel
great.
like Genshin's like a bad benchmark. I feel like Genshin is really poorly optimized.
That's fair, but what I mean, well, doesn't that make it poorly optimized? So don't you think that it should run slower since it's not optimized?
It should run better than it does because it's poorly optimized.
Oh, okay.
Like, it runs worse than it should.
I see. It ran fine though. So
like, it takes more power than it should. You're overpowering it.
Takes more power. Okay, I got you. Right. Which I think is actually a decent, because okay, I guess what I'm saying is if the game is taking that much energy and still running fine, then I think it's a decent system, is what I'm saying. The laptop. You know what I mean? That makes sense. In any case, I got the PS5 because I preferred playing on my big TV. And I know I can hook up the computer to play from the TV. But I have a lot of games on PlayStation, so I wanted to upgrade.
See, my solution is I have a lot of games on everything.
True.
I have hit over 700 games on Steam now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have one, and it's Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
I bought Spider-Man. And like...
Spider-Man?
I played it on... Spider-Man. I bought it, I had it on PS4, but I hadn't played the remaster because I don't have a PS5. So the remaster came out on PC, and I got it, and like, it's really good, and mods for that? Hey, Vargas.
Oh, yeah. I need to get into the mods. I know Rebel's big into the mods.
There's some really fun
Senpai.
stuff. Look forward to the RE4 playthrough, because I've got some nice surprises for that.
Cool. Senpai, are you on the email list for the PS5? Because that's how I got mine. They emailed me. Sony emailed me. And they're like, hey, you can get a PS5. Click this link. And I clicked it. And I said, okay, cool. And I sold my PS4. I tell you this story? Did I tell you the story of selling my
775 games on the PS5, and you can you can have like 5 of them on the PS5.
Five of them, yeah, 5 of them at one time.
Ultimately, storage space is one of my biggest problems with the current generation. And it's not just PS5; Xbox is absolutely the same.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to actually do anything, but I think if maybe you can go to the PlayStation Store, and like click some things like you'll be put on a list, and maybe you'll get a.
We'll be put on a list and you won't be allowed near schools anymore.
Right.
So back to actually critically discussing this game. The Vargas fight.
Yes. Vargas.
Because, the issue with this fight.
That you can't attack him until you get rid of the bears?
Oh, it's not even that.
Okay. Oh, when Sabine shows up. Yeah. Yeah, and my biggest problem with Sabine to begin with is the freaking blitz.
You have to use his blitz to win this fight.
Right.
And I have had it before where it's like, okay, it's been a while since I've played this game. I don't remember the specific button combination for that blitz. And the game has told me just before I've died.
Right. What is it, like left, right, left, or right,
yeah.
right, left? Or something? Yeah. I don't know if you know anything about the Pixel Remaster, but the Pixel Remaster will...
It has them available, yeah. It's absolutely a fantastic
It shows
idea.
them. It's like Orin's Limit Break or Overdrive in 10. It's amazing. And Cyan? Cyan, you don't have to...
The thing about all those Phoenix Downs.
Yeah. Cyan's ability, you don't have to wait for it. You just choose which one you want.
Can't play them without internet. I know that was there was an issue with Microsoft recently of something in that network went down and nobody could play anything on Xbox, even physical discs. You couldn't play them.
Awesome.
And it's like, okay, let me just move away from consoles if that's a concern.
Right.
But it's not like PC is free of that concern because Steam. People have been having the concern with Steam Deck with that. Of it's got to have some kind of internet connection to play games on Steam Deck.
Right.
Come on, come out! Just put a red hat on him and the sleeveless vest. It's a Terry Bogard reference.
I can picture it now.
Are you okay? Come out, come out!
Oh, man. It's so good. It has no right being this good.
I would like this fight to be over now. There we go. You can play them, but you want to stream them on your mobile like that. That's fair enough.
Ah, yeah.
Give it up, Vargas! This is what Ghost sounds like.
Of course it
is. If
is.
you go out of Ghost stream, this is absolutely what Ghost sounds like.
Yep.
Is that you, Ghost? That's right, Vargas. It's me, Ghost.
It sounds like in DBZ Abridged when Yamcha shows up. Hey guys, it's me.
It's me, Yamcha. We trained our asses off, and I know that together we can beat these Vegeta
just smirks. Oh my god. It's so good.
Have a taste of my superior technique. Moral attack, Blizzard Fist. That looked like a wind thing.
Yeah, no, that's wind, buddy.
Ghost. The master taught you well. I guess there's no avoiding this. Fate made us train together, and fate will send you to your doom. Fuck you, Vargas. Yeah, Doomfist, like, absolutely bullshit. I hate anytime Doom comes up in these games.
Yeah.
Like, I absolutely despise dealing with the Eidolons in FF13 because of it.
I was just going to say, there's nothing worse than the Eidolons in Final Fantasy 13. Awesome fights. Yeah.
Big brother. And then we just turn them into the Kaiba brothers.
Mokuba, you're gonna come with me. We have to defeat Yugi.
Kaiba boy. Kaiba boy.
When I was playing Final Fantasy IX, I took every ounce of Pegasus I possibly could into my voice. Oh my god, it's so funny.
For Kuja?
For Kuja, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, for Kuja. Oh my god, he's such a perfect Pegasus.
Zidane boy.
Zidane boy. Yugi boy.
Braun boy.
Bro.
You fell into my trap, Braun. Bahamut is mine now.
That power. It shall be mine.
I'll defeat you, Kaiba. My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba. Except maybe for Karibo. But it also has this. Exodia, the Forbidden One.
There's you ever see the Cell Games pranks where like other anime
challenges Cell to a duel?
That was banned in 2005. Monster Reborn.
I love the finale of that. Of like, okay, who's the last person to challenge Cell? It's Bobby Hill.
Huh? Oh my god,
it's my purse. I don't know you.
Damn it, Bobby.
So let's be fair, we talk Yu-Gi-Oh! And 9 times out of 10 we're talking the abridged series or the card game.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, who even remembers, like, a lot of how the original series goes down?
Oh, I actually remember. I watched it recently in the last couple of years. And how ridiculous that anime is, it's insane. Like, they're just summoning 5-star monsters on their first turn. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's a...
Can't do that.
It's a ridiculous thing. The rules were not set until Battle City.
Right.
Like, there were no rules before that.
Right. Yep.
Well, it makes Duelist Kingdom, like, absolutely ridiculous to watch. But once the rules are set, like, the series becomes so much more interesting if you know the card game.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I would like a save point now so I can heal everybody. Hey, Joey. It's Joey. Hey, you in there? Sure, a move. Sorry, Yug. Doing this Brooklyn accent makes it difficult to concentrate on playing card games. I know what you mean. My voice is pretty crazy, too.
I remember watching Bleach, and they did the same thing with, what's-his-face? The big beefy guy that punches things.
Oh, Chad.
They changed his voice. What? Chad, yeah. They changed his voice. Well, at least in the American dub, you know, or English dub, sorry.
I did not watch a lot of the English dub for Bleach.
That's fair. I have a hard time watching anything with subtitles.
Is it because the American education system didn't teach you how to read?
Yeah. No, it's because I refuse to read. No, I can read, and I think I can read very well.
I can read.
But the problem is... What?
I can read.
Yeah, I can read. I can read.
I can read, I swear.
No, it's just that my eyes get so
Yeah, how you doing, Lee?
cold to the subtitles. What's going on, Lee?
I think it just takes practice.
That's fair. And I definitely don't practice.
I didn't watch the Yu
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 Hakusho.
Hakusho, but I watched like the Japanese version.
I loved Yu Yu Hakusho. I loved watching it. And it was one of those things that it was one of those animes where they would get to a certain point and then they didn't have any more episodes left, so they would restart it from the beginning.
Like Dragon Ball
never
Z.
saw the rest of those episodes. Like Dragon Ball Z, yes. It's like, Goku has finally arrived on planet Namek. Tune in next time and he'll fight Raccoon.
And then it goes back to the Saiyan
next day,
saga.
and it's fucking a farmer being killed by rabbits. I'm like, no, you son of a bitch!
Yu Yu Hakusho, like there's a few anime series that I got into specifically because of the abridged series. Like I ended up reading Naruto because of the Naruto abridged series. I watched Yu Yu Hakusho because of the Yu Yu Hakusho abridged series.
Oh, that's crazy.
I
didn't even know they had an abridged series.
Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho abridged was done by Lanipito before he started Dragon Ball Z abridged with like the others.
Okay, cool.
It's why Dragon Ball Z abridged was like so high quality from the beginning, because it was a collaboration between a bunch of people who had experience with the abridged series already.
That's cool.
Is she the girl who can talk to espers? The fuck's an
The
esper?
hell are espers?
You mean Eidolons?
Yeah. Aeons?
Batman?
They were espers in 4.
Yeah, no,
5,
espers
rather.
I think is the oldest name for them.
Yeah, okay.
I think Eidolons first appeared in 9, and then returned in 13.
Right.
See, there's a fun thing for you, Lee. The Ocean dub, there's a version you can find every episode in the Ocean dub, and I was discussing this with Tika like a while back, because I've seen stuff like Majin Vegeta's sacrifice against Majin Buu done in the Ocean dub.
Oh wow.
It turns out they kept dubbing it for the European audience, so if you like the Ocean dub voices, they did the entire series. But it was not broadcast in the US, it was for Europe. But you can find it. And it's really interesting seeing Brian Drummond's voice go from... Because, like, Brian Drummond as Vegeta was always, like, very evil voice.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to him doing Vegeta in, like, the Majin Buu saga with, like, his sacrifice, talking about how he sacrificed himself for Bulma and Trunks and, yes, even you, Kakarot. And, like, he's still got the same voice, but Brian Drummond really brought that. Like, really brought that out. It was really good.
I'll have to look into that.
It's pretty good. It's worth looking into. Like, especially if you're into the Ocean dub. Which, in this day and age of Funimation having it for, like, 20 years now, it's a nice breath of fresh air. Because it's a high-quality professional dub.
Sure, yeah.
And it's nice to hear characters who aren't voiced by Chris Sabat.
All
You've seen the
12
clips on
characters.
YouTube. They're around. Like, it's worth looking into.
Yeah.
And she doesn't remember anything. Stay where you are. Alright, so you can get a Genji glove here, and I can't remember the specifics of it. The Genji glove is the relic that lets you hold 2 weapons. And having one this early is really nice.
You want me to look into it?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Because FF6 isn't a particularly difficult game. So we can take it or we can leave it.
Say what?
We can take it or leave it, because FF6 isn't a particularly difficult game.
Yeah. I remember having a trouble with the final boss the last time I played it.
the lead up to
also,
the final boss can be kind of bullshit. Goddess.
that might have been.
She has a specific attack that is guaranteed to zombify whoever it hits.
Right. Yeah, might have been something like that. I don't know. Lately in games, I haven't been power leveling like I usually do. Mario RPG was an outlier. I was doing fine in that game.
Not
that that's
he
a
was
hard
jailed by the Empire. I've hated the Empire ever since. Does that ever come up again? Because I think of like Locke's backstory, and it's entirely the Rachel thing. When Rachel wasn't in prison; she was killed.
Hmm.
Have no significant other in my life. They just hear Edgar in the distance. Do you want one? Well, let me smell
Show me your
feet. Sure, there are people who feel you're important to them. Somewhere.
Yeah, right. It's a bold assumption.
Yeah,
another Marcus
Yu Yu Hakusho was great.
Yeah. I liked that one a lot. I liked the blue-haired girl on the broomstick, voiced by whoever does Chi-Chi. What?
Botan.
Botan, yeah, I couldn't remember her name. And then there were the announcers for the fights.
Yeah.
There was that cat lady. But then later was the fish mermaid lady. She was cute. Just saying.
I think Yu Yu Hakusho, like especially as like battle manga go, did well. Like it ran for a decent length, but keeping its main cast down to 4 people was a smart idea.
Yeah.
Like Dragon Ball definitely had the problem of like its cast got too big and then got overshadowed by villains turning good.
Right. Okay, I had to look. Okay, so that's the fish lady. Yeah, thank you. Did you see me looking her up?
Oh, Sprint Shoes.
Yeah, I liked her a lot. Hey, alright. Yeah, I never knew their names. But yeah, I liked the battles in that show because it was very like technical. You know, it wasn't like Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
Right. But those fights can always be like, hey, I'm just stronger than you now. I win. Bye.
Yeah.
But like,
Dragon Ball
I remember
always had a problem of fights being very back and forth with one person dominating and the other person dominating. And it's a problem that's persisted in Super, but it feels like it's worse in Super for some reason, and I can't put my finger on why.
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, I remember who was the redhead? Whatever the redhead's name was.
Kurama?
Yeah, him. With the roses and the foxes and things like that. Yeah. Like, I remember one where, like, he planted a seed on somebody in, like, the beginning of the match. It was a very Yu-Gi-Oh move. Like, oh, you've activated my trap card that I laid down 3 episodes ago. And like, the whole time, this plant has just been, thank you, this plant has just been sapping energy from this person, and he's like, now is the time. And, like, this giant freaking plant erupts from the stadium or something. I don't know, something crazy like that. Thought that was cool. Senpai, you just remember because you liked her too. That's cool. One last arc that was never animated. Oh, okay, cool.
Not the gauntlet. Alright. bum, 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 bum. How has the Emperor created Magitech power? I'll be saying that on Tuesday when I go back to Code Veronica. It was fun when I wasn't playing Code Veronica. One thing linking Gespers with Magitech power. You don't mean. That's right. He's nuts.
Esper feet.
No, can't be. My grandma used to tell me stories about magical machines. They've been true.
Metal Gear.
Can't be.
You knew?
Imbued with
Humans
powers
and
drained from
machines?
essence.
Huh.
But explain Magitech power. You can only fight Magitech enemies with Magitech weapons, which ends up creating an arms race which reenacts the War of the Magi. And then ultimately, mutual destruction. We need Clim's help. Clim, will you help us?
Yeah, you know, I'll think about it.
Well, keep Whitey Bite Me away from your feet.
Alright, I'll do it.
Awesome. What? What is this?
That was perfect.
It's an emergency.
Oh god, the man is dead.
Don't worry. Nobody dies in this story. They just get really big boo-boos. I feel
What's
like
going
people
on?
have like slowly forgotten George of the Jungle, but god damn, that movie's a masterpiece.
I've never seen George of the Jungle.
You have Disney Plus.
My sister-in-law has Disney Plus.
Get it offered, put it on. It's honestly, it's a comedy classic. It's a Disney movie,
Noted.
and it's got Brendan Fraser. He spends most of the movie shirtless.
I mean, it doesn't appeal to... No, I'm not gonna lie, that appeals to me. Yeah, no, that's fair.
But no, it's honestly, it's such a funny movie.
Yeah.
They beheld Ape Mountain and reacted with awe. Awe. I said awe. A-W-E. Ooh. That's better. The narrator's like the best character of that. Hey, how you doing, Arturus?
Arturus. Sounds like a StarCraft character.
It's Lino.
That's Arcturus.
It's Lino. On his new account.
Oh! Oh, what's going on? What's going on, Lino? Love it. Arturus.
Oh, you remember what happened when we had you on streams last time? We ended up getting like a bunch of lines that required 2 people.
Yes, I remember this.
The Ninja Turtles one was good.
Oh, yeah.
I think you played Casey Jones and I played Donatello.
Yeah, I think that's right.
You'll have bad times, but it'll always wake you up to the good stuff you weren't paying attention to.
That's beautiful.
I feel like if you want to do a really profound Robin Williams quote, though, you want Dead Poets Society. Like his whole speech about how poetry is there to woo women. It's like, use words. Use your words. Like, it's great.
Good luck. This man is dying. Good luck.
Clem, please wait for me. And please. Don't let a lecherous young king who shall remain nameless near you. You haven't seen Dead Poets Society? It's a good movie. It's well worth seeing.
Yeah, I'll have to put that on my list too.
You've presumably seen the bit where students stand up on the table and are all like, "Oh, Captain, my Captain."
I know the reference. I didn't realize it was from that.
That's where it's from, yeah. Also a huge anime fan and a video game fan.
Didn't know that.
His daughter is specifically named after Zelda.
Oh, okay.
That's why his daughter is called Zelda.
I got. That's cool.
Robin Williams died on my birthday.
Really?
Working my way out of a depression, Arturus. Trying to stream more, trying to do more things. Got my buddy Clim here. We're doing more Final Fantasy. I feel like we're not doing as much of the critical discussion as we intended to, because we're just doing our usual banter.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is like pretty routine stuff right now.
It feels like this game moves at a very brisk pace. Like, this feels like something that in Final Fantasy VII would be like 5 hours in.
That's reasonable.
I mean, consider when the Sector 7 pillar gets attacked, which would probably be like the closest equivalent to this.
About an hour in. 2 hours in.
Oh, further than that. I'd say probably closer to 4.
Not if I'm playing. I can get out of Midgar in like 3.5 hours.
Oh, it's doable if you start skipping stuff.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. But yeah, I get you. I get you. There are some lulls there. Here it's like you're moving, you're moving, you're moving. I felt like when I got here, I was feeling a little lost. I'm like, where am I going? Where are we going to end up?
Again, it's probably because the game moves at such a brisk pace.
Yeah. This background is astonishing.
It's really nice. So the trick here is to always have Bannon use health. Like, don't have Bannon attack at all. I need to get back to playing Zelda games. I could do Skyward Sword HD, or I could start doing the handheld stuff.
Like Link's Awakening?
Yeah, because I've never beat Link's Awakening.
Really? Ooh. I just played through and beat that in this last year. It is, for being a Game Boy game, it is an enormous game.
Honestly, it's a game I would have loved to have on Game Boy at the time. I just never did.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, I've never beaten Link's Awakening, I've never beaten the Oracle games.
Okay.
I almost beat Minish Cap, but, like, the cartridge I had wouldn't save. So, like, that was doing that in, like, one sitting.
Gotcha.
I've
have you
beaten
taken
Phantom
the time...
Hourglass. I haven't beaten Spirit Tracks.
Have you taken the time to look in the menu at the character portraits? Seeing Bannon in little
with
flash
the huge
was,
beard. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a problem that's more prevalent in the GBA version because they add character portraits to the dialogue boxes, but they're going off the Amano artwork rather than the in-game sprites. And the only concession they make is that Terra's hair's green.
Okay.
It's not as bad as FF5.
I've never seen any character portraits for 5.
It's like Bannon's. What's Geluf's distinguishing feature?
His beard?
Yeah, but his Amano artwork only has a mustache.
Okay. Yeah, dude's got like a lion's mane.
Mm. He's a wild man.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks like a wolf man. He looks like a man raised by wolves. Yeah, I never liked the artwork. I never liked the character portraits in the game. Cyan is Strago is actually my least favorite. Because he looks like he's like about to break apart into bone dust, you know? But,
Spirit Tracks, I did the first 2 dungeons of it and I just stopped. I think part of it is, like, I really wanted Nintendo to do Four Swords Adventures on DS, because I was like, it would make perfect sense, especially since multiplayer would be way more doable on that, because all DSs had wireless. And then they brought out Spirit Tracks, and it was like, well, this isn't that. But let me try and get into it, and I just didn't overly enjoy it. But it's a game I want to do on stream at some point. I do like the Zelda games.
yeah, you can't go wrong.
People generally regard it as better than Phantom Hourglass. What is everybody's favourite lecherous character? I forget what Ultros' name is supposed to be. It's like, Ultros is like a mistranslation.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's supposed to be something else. Orthros, maybe? Orthros?
Huh.
I'm not sure. But in the same way of, like, Spoony Bard and such, it became so well known and so popular that it's remained Ultros even in later games with more refined translations.
Interesting.
You bastard.
My god. It's a good thing we have a couple of Marcus Phoenix downs.
Would have been better if the Ocean Temple wasn't reused. Yeah. You bastard.
That animation for the Phoenix down, by the way, was really nice. I don't know that I've
FF6
ever really
is
seen...
absolutely a fantastic looking game. And it's stuff like this, of like Square going through the Super Nintendo era and getting better and better and better with what they were putting out, that really makes me want to check out their Japan exclusive stuff that they did later on. Oh.
Oh. Whoa.
Adam was supposed to cast health. Fixed it the PC version.
So because Bannon fell?
Yeah, Bannon has to be kept alive, though.
Now, Final Fantasy VI has an interesting thing, right? Where if you die, you go back to your previous save. You lose everything except the experience. Yes?
I'm not entirely certain about that. But just going right back to the previous save without having to go back to the main menu and reload it is already just a fantastic thing.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the thing. I'm pretty sure if you die, you go back, but any battles you fought, you still get the experience for it, which is nice.
A bunch of the items translated differently, specifically because of character limits and such. Like, a Phoenix Down's a Phoenix Down, but it's called F-E-N-I-X, specifically because of character limitations.
And Marcus Phoenix.
Yeah, it's called Phoenix Downs that way because of a character that wouldn't exist for another 20 years.
Right.
No, it's not even... It's 10, isn't it? It's more like 10. Like 95, 2005. Yeah.
You know, you're probably
That's 10
right.
years. Pterodon.
Yeah, this whole sequence though kind of bothered me, just because you're kind of on rails, but you're still fighting enemies. So like, you know, those multiple paths, you want to explore and you want to know like which way. Like, I remember first coming through this and I'm like, oh, up, left, or right. Like, where do I go? Which way? Like, which way will get me items? Which way will continue? Like, am I gonna miss something?
The answer
I
is
didn't
always
love that.
left.
Is it? Okay, noted. That's a left-handed thing, though, which is discussed by Wesker in the Resident Evil novel that we were talking about yesterday in Senpai's stream.
I think that's just as I was leaving.
Well, yeah, but we weren't discussing that part about what Wesker says. I just always remember that Wesker says it, or he thinks it.
The thing I
Wait,
remember
no, it's
about,
not Wesker.
It's Leon in RE2. That's where I
Yeah,
remember it from.
I don't know why I said Wesker, but it's from those books where they're like, oh, typically you choose left or right based on your own handedness. What's going on, Star?
Hey, doing stuff.
It does look like a regenerator head, you're right. You just need the wheezing.
Thank you,
Which
Lee.
one of us?
You motherfucker.
Sorry.
No, this is the same way the battle went last time.
Oh, I know. Hey, good job, Star.
If we get through this fight this time, we can show Star who he is in the game.
Man, so much damage.
Yeah, maybe I do need to grind.
I think this was another part that I was annoyed at. It's like I'm going through this section, through the water, trying to fight Ultros here, and I just am failing because he's hitting me for 150 every turn.
Part of it is specific reactions. Like, he'll react to certain stuff in certain ways.
Ah,
I feel like he
okay.
always tries to counter fire with something.
Okay. Man, just 100 damage to everybody is excessive.
Alright, that's it. Is it? It should be. Seriously?
No! Couldn't possibly use a Phoenix down on him. That sucks.
I picked up the Destroy Humans 1 remake, and I do want to go through it, because I loved that game as a kid. I heard the reviews of it when it came out were, like, it's very much got the old design style, but with some modern convenience. And, like, you know, I'm down to play a game that feels like it was made in 2005, but with a bit more modern convenience. I like Destroy All Humans 1, I was never overly fond of the second one, but I only played the second one once. It's one of those games that came out around the early to mid 2000s, where you played as like a bad guy character, so it was kind of fun and fascinating for that. But like pretty much every game of that style, it was also a comedy game.
True. Hot female companion, you say? I wonder why they designed Ultros the way they did, like in the Pennywise, the dancing clown motif with the nasty teeth. Oh shit.
You'd argue the hippies give less resources from their brains because of all the pot they smoke.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I've got the remake on PC, and I'll probably get around to streaming it sometime. I did enjoy the original. And I picked up the remake for like £4.
What about Pennywise? I'm saying Ultros has teeth like Pennywise.
Excuse me, sir. You have Prince Albert in a can? You do? Well, you better let the poor guy out then. What?
Oh man. It's amazing how terrifying Tim Curry as a murderous clown is.
I really thought you were going to say it's amazing how terrifying Tim Curry is.
I mean, hey, if the shoe fits.
It's amazing how terrifying Tim Curry could be, and also how incredibly sexual Tim Curry could be.
Yeah.
Because like most people would be like, oh yeah, Rocky Horror Picture Show, and it's like, yeah, but also legend.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's literally the devil.
Yeah.
Like, how do you go from Frankfurter to frickin' the devil? To Dale the Whale on Monk.
How'd you do, I? See, you've met my faithful Handyman. Yeah, that's just gonna kill Terra from, like, max health. We absolutely need to grind.
Yeah. And I'm having vague recollections of getting to this point when I first played the game, and running in circles on the raft in the river just to level up.
Come on, Georgie boy. They all
Tim Curry has the
down
range.
here.
Yeah. That's for sure.
At some point, I'm probably going to stream Command & Conquer Red Alert 3 just for Tim Curry. Like,
Oh
it's
my
got
God, that's
other
right,
stuff
he's
in
in
there,
there.
but Tim Curry, goddamn. Like,
That's right.
You've got such an all-star cast in Red Alert 3, and Tim Curry steals the show from all of them, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It also
wow.
features controversial figure Gina Carano.
I don't know who that is.
MMA fighter. Did you watch The Mandalorian? You bastard.
Oh, yes. I watched the Mandalorian.
She played the
Am I the
buff-
bastard or is Ultros the bastard?
Ultros for, like...
Okay. I mean, I am
the
a bastard.
multi-hit and then just immediately hitting Terra.
Yes. Yeah. Scumbag move. That's
she,
what we
she
it's
played
called a
Cara
dip.
Dune.
Yes. Okay.
And then she made the kind of post that you shouldn't really make on social media.
Right.
And they've cancelled the Cara Dune spin-off and essentially fired her.
Yeah.
Apparently she was like just a horrible person on set as well. Like, terrible to Pedro Pascal. Again. Oh, this is the fucking carry armor situation all over again.
Oh my god, carry armor. Yeah, for real.
Like, something I have no problem with in my own playthroughs, and then here we are, now that we're streaming it.
Right.
I'll try that star.
Ooh, yeah, Star's right, I think.
Yeah, like, from what I've heard, like, a bunch of stuff, like, she was warned about the shit she was posting in social media, and, like, to cut that shit out.
Yeah.
And she didn't.
And listen.
And she was also, I think, at least mildly racist to Pedro Pascal, and transphobic to his sibling.
I'm all about, you know me, I'm all about freedom of speech, but, like, there's consequences.
Oh
You don't
yeah,
have
freedom of speech is absolutely a thing. but
Yes.
consequences have to exist.
Sure.
And
Yep.
the problem is people arguing, "Oh, you're censoring me." It's like, no, you can say what you want, but you don't get
Right.
to do that without responsibility.
Yeah, and it is truly a fine line. And of course that quote comes up.
Absolutely. Yes, we are.
Amazing. Seafood soup. You've just lost all interest in Star Wars? I think that's a fair point to come to.
Yeah, I watched season 1 and 2 of Mandalorian. It's like, they're good. I'm not going to come back for season 3 because I just don't care about the series anymore.
Yeah, I never watched season 2.
It was good. They had some really good stuff in there. They had more Carl
Right.
Weathers.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I like Carl Weathers.
It's a shame they didn't have more Werner Herzog.
Who's that?
He was the vaguely German guy in the first season. The one who
Okay,
hires Mando
okay.
to find the baby.
Yeah. Okay. Gustavo Fring is in it. I like him.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know the actor's name.
Is it the Breaking Bad
Tall
guy?
The Breaking Bad guy. Yeah.
Giancarlo Esposito,
Yes.
I think it is.
Yes, him.
Like,
I like
he's
him a
great,
lot.
and like he's more prominent in season 2.
Okay, cool.
Like, it's good, and I'm not saying I'm not going to watch season 3 because it's bad or because Gina Carano isn't in it.
hmm
It's just I've lost interest in the series. I don't care anymore.
I think that's fair.
I'm not watching any of the Marvel stuff either.
Right. Yeah, you were saying that earlier. My brother is big into it. He's big into the MCU, and like more power to him. I just can't keep up.
No.
Like I just can't go and see all of these movies just to tie into each other. Like I just don't want to.
It was bad enough when it was the movies, but now it's also like a load of series.
Right. Infinity War. That's fair. I watched all the Avengers movies. I liked Endgame. Infinity War was good. I thought it was good. Didn't see Endgame. That's fair.
Can't survive that.
Jesus.
I did watch Endgame, and that was the point where it's like, okay, cool, we've finished that now. We've finished this whole thing we were building up to since Iron Man.
Right.
I'll pick and choose what I watch
No.
next. And I watched the Spider-Man movies, and like No Way Home's great.
I really enjoyed that movie. Thought it was good.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was ultimately just disappointing to me.
Ah, really?
I remember when it was
I
first
liked
announced,
Doctor
they were like,
Strange.
it's going to be a horror movie, and I was like, superhero horror movie? I'm really down for
Yeah.
that. I've been saying
Yeah.
for a while, like, the whole thing of superhero blockbusters, the superhero summer blockbuster, it's overdone now. When we get in, like, 5 or 6 superhero movies a year, do something different with it.
Right.
And, like, we had stuff like other ideas that worked, like Captain America the Winter Soldier was a conspiracy thriller that was really good.
That was, I think, my favorite Marvel movie for a while.
It's really good. Like, even now, it's probably
It's
the
really
best
good.
Captain America movie.
Yeah. Oh, easy. Yeah.
Logan was, like, essentially a Western.
Okay.
The Batman being a detective thriller, I was absolutely down for.
The Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Yes.
Good movie. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Steve
really enjoyed that
Sasprin
one.
hooked me up with that movie. Yeah, that was a good movie. It was a good movie.
But yeah, so originally when it was announced, Multiverse of Madness was going to be a horror. And then that just kind of
Right.
fell by the wayside for some reason, despite being directed by Sam Raimi.
Hmm.
And it's got Bruce Campbell in it, which is nice. It's not a surprise. I feel like if you're watching a Sam Raimi movie, it's just part of the package. There was the multiverse cameos that they showed. Like, that were just very prevalent in the trailer. It's like, oh yeah, no, Patrick Stewart's in the trailer. Yeah, he's playing Professor X again. Cool, I'm down for that. But it's like a 5-minute role. They don't do a whole lot with the whole multiverse thing, and it ends up being really kind of disappointing for that, and it's just another Marvel movie.
Yeah.
And the expectation is for you to have watched WandaVision to understand more of it, but I've heard even watching WandaVision doesn't help. Because, like, there's just such a big jump in characterization for Scarlet Witch from WandaVision to that.
Right, that's true, yeah. Apparently she's, like, super loved now. Which is fine, I'm not arguing that. It's just, like, I kind of never thought of her in the movies that I've seen her in, you know? The Avengers movies. Other than, like, damn, that girl is cute.
Yeah, Elizabeth Olsen's pretty cute. It's interesting, like, going through the timeline of Elizabeth Olsen in the Marvel movies and watching as the accent just disappears.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never really paid attention.
It's one of those things, like, if you go back now to the first one she was in, which was Age of Ultron, like,
okay,
she'll sound weird. You'll be like, is she doing an accent for it? It's like if you go back and watch the first X-Men movie, you're like, why is Halle Berry talking like that?
Right.
Because she tried to do an accent for the first movie and then didn't do it for any of the others.
Right. Or Vanille, whose accent just keeps changing.
I feel like it's just always Australian.
Yeah.
But no, at this point, like, the only things I'm really interested in from Marvel are, like, I want to see Blade. Partly because I like the character, partly because I like the actor they've cast as Blade.
Who did they cast?
Did you watch Luke Cage?
I didn't.
No. He played Cottonmouth in Luke Cage, and he was absolutely the best part of the series.
Cool.
Like, fantastic actor.
You know, it'd be funny if they bring
Ali. I'd have to see the name to know how to pronounce it.
Gotcha.
But, like, absolutely fantastic actor. I'm down to see him as Blade, and the introduction of vampires to the MCU could be interesting. If I still stuck with it, which I'm not going to do. It's the same reason why I stopped reading comics. Like, keeping up with all of this shit when, like, we got these crossovers. It's like, okay, so I've got to know everything that's happened with this character to understand what's going on. Which means I've got to read all their stuff. And, like, they're doing the same thing, but with series, and it's just too much.
It is too much.
But yeah, like, Blade, which isn't going to be out for ages.
Yeah, because they have a plan, right?
Yeah. And then, what else is there? After Spider-Man No Way Home, I would absolutely love it if they turned around and gave both you motherfucker. Gave both Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield another movie each. There was a cool idea I saw on Reddit that was like, Spider-Man 4, with Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst being older now, let them have a kid. Let them have May Parker. And just do Spider-Girl. Which is the thing from MC2. Which is like this side universe thing where things are a little further along. It's like a lot of the older heroes, a lot of the original heroes have retired because they're older. And like their children are running around and stuff, and it's Spider-Girl, who is May Parker, Peter and Mary Jane's daughter. Also known as Mayday. Because she's kind of chaotic.
Excellent.
I'm like, yes, absolutely do that.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
But Andrew Garfield, I'd be down to see him come back. Like,
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 isn't a great movie. It's got a lot of problems, and I'll never defend like a lot of the things wrong with it. But the Spider-Man stuff is absolutely peak Spider-Man. I still think the actual Spidey stuff in Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the best that's ever been on screen. It's like, you go back and, like, don't watch the movie again, watch the Spider-Man stuff on YouTube. And, like, it is fantastic. Yeah, I can't remember what they're calling Into the Spider-Verse 2. I'm absolutely down for that, because Into the Spider-Verse was an absolute sensation. Like, filmmaker... Have you seen
the animated
it,
one? I have not.
The animated one?
Yeah, I have not.
It's probably the best Spider-Man movie.
Cool. Okay.
And the best way to describe it is literally a comic book come to life. It's
That's cool. That sounds cool.
Like, as a movie, I don't think there's anything else like it. It's so cool, so well done, absolutely fantastic. Your brother is in Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse is absolutely amazing. It's well worth watching, Clem. Like,
Noted.
Story-wise, it's probably the best Spider-Man movie. Visually, it's absolutely fantastic. Like I said, there's nothing else that's been done like it. It's literally an animated comic book movie.
Cool.
Like, they do so many comic book things in that. And it's hard to explain what I mean by that, but when you watch it, you'll understand exactly what I mean by that.
Yeah, I get you.
Good voice acting, his name is Harrison Knight.
Harrison Knight.
That's
That's
not a
cool-ass
shit
name.
post. You're actually being serious about something? You're not shit posting us? You're serious, wow. Who's he play? Is he in the new one or the first one? An Umbrella Corps is better than Dead Aim? To be fairly, I think Miles Morales was already like as popular as he was going to get. But the problem is, like, they're never going to replace Peter Parker as Spider-Man. And Miles Morales also being called Spider-Man rather than, like, Robin. Where, like, Robin's a separate character. It's like, oh no, Robin isn't just Batman. Don't fucking do it.
If you could get Bannon one level, he will survive that.
He's always going for Bannon whenever he says that. It's like, you frighten me, and then he hits Bannon.
Right.
It's like...
Could you... Now, hold up. Can you put Bannon in the back row? Okay.
Yeah, protects party members who are low on HP, but that's not going to work because Bannon doesn't get low on HP.
Right,
Call
he
him
just
Spider-Man
gets dead.
according to the PS5 game.
You just send each other... Yeah, it sounds like me and my brother.
Yeah, Into Spider-Verse is absolutely worth watching, Clem.
I'll definitely look into it. I can't go against this many people telling me to go see it. My mind is more open these
It has
days.
Nicolas Cage in it.
Holy shit, are you kidding? I'll watch it right now. I'm kidding, I won't watch it now.
What I want to do is I want to get past the Ultros fight and then call it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Spider-Verse is fantastic. And, like, especially giving more notice to... like the alternate versions of Spider-Man, which is great. Like Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
Spider-Gwen's in it, and Spider-Gwen's great. I love Spider-Gwen's design. I've modded Spider-Gwen into Spider-Man on PC.
Oh, cool.
They're working on putting animations for it, but at the minute it's like a skin swap.
Nice. Time to die, Ultros.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Actually, a point. I probably should have put Terra in the back row as well.
It's not like Final Fantasy VII where you need to build up people's limit breaks. I'm just sad it took me that long to think about that.
You know, Final Fantasy VI has limit breaks.
Does it really?
They're called desperation attacks, and they are so rare that you can go multiple playthroughs without seeing them.
That's right, I do remember hearing desperation attacks. Huh. I want to say I have experienced one, but I could be wrong. So how else would I have known about it? I don't think I would have looked that up, you know?
Every fucking time. I won't do it again, you bitch.
Yeah, really, what an asshole.
What an asshole.
Ooh, this is the first game that lets you switch turns, isn't it?
It might be.
I don't think you could do it in 5.
I don't really play the Super Nintendo version of 5 much.
Gotcha. Precursor to the limit break, yeah, cool. Magic, how's that dragon staying in the air, yeah? Couldn't be the wings. It's not flapping them.
Good to know why they bite me.
Hey man, you do you.
Don't.
Unreal.
That's the wrong person.
I hate when that happens. You're trying to do things quick in the menu and you just mess up.
Yeah, like being able to take my time is probably one of the reasons why I tend to Yeah, there you go. Good work, Clim.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Probably one of the reasons why I tend to put these battle systems on wait these days.
Yeah. I did that. I ended up doing that for Final Fantasy V. Oh. Yes, I think I did put it on wait towards the end. Youch. Yeah, but nothing really did it more consistently than 7 did, though.
Yeah, 8
Like,
has
8
limit breaks, but they're specifically a low health thing, and they are very abusable.
Yes.
I abuse them
9
to get
has
Tomb breaking.
Say what?
I abuse limit breaks in 8 to get Tomb breaking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
9 has trance, and I absolutely despise it.
Yep, correct. You never get it when you need it.
Nope.
You get it in a random battle. It's like, okay, cool. Then you fight the boss. Good job.
Something stuck to me leg.
Overdrive in 10 is okay.
Yeah, Overdrive's not bad. The fact that the enemies have it as well is kind of interesting.
Hmm.
It makes fighting Dark Ends an absolute pain.
Yes. Ooh, ooh.
Oh, goodbye.
Yeah, see ya.
So now we're split into 3 parties, and this slows the game down considerably, but it also ends up introducing us to 3 more characters. And by the time we're done, we'll have Cyan, Gao, and Celes.
Well, at least 66% of them are cool.
I don't like knocking. I don't like doing like a third of 100 because like doing a calculator 100 divided by 3 and then times it by 3 and you don't get 100 again. I don't like that.
Repeating decimals, yeah. I get you.
What about Ghost, who was
Sorry.
swallowed by the raging waters? Well, we didn't see him again for 2 years.
Until they stream Resident Evil 1.
How is Bane faring after having penetrated the Emperor's defenses in South Figaro? Choose a scenario, Kupo.
Don't tell me what to do, Moogle.
Alright, so I think we're probably going to leave it here now. And we'll come back next week and choose the scenario. But we'll end up going through all 3 of them. Locks is pretty short. Terra, Bannon, and Edgar is like maybe 10 minutes, if that. Sabin's is like another hour or so at least. So like, you go through the Doma camp and like meet Sabin and do all that, and then there's the Phantom Train thing, and then there's the whole situation on the Veldt.
Yeah,
it goes on for ages.
Yeah. And you get more party members along the way in the Ghost Friends. You can hire Ghost Friends to be your party members.
And that's where you can first recruit Shadow.
Yeah. Outstanding. God.
But yeah, I think we've done a little bit of discussion today.
Yeah, I think so. It's tough because a lot of the mechanics, like this mechanic right here, is like one of my things. I'm like, I just met these people and now I got to split them up, and now I got to like figure them all out. This kind of
I think the problem with that might be like how fast this game moves. Because like even with all our dawdling, we're here this soon.
Fair point. That's a fair point.
Well, ultimately, I think it probably does
overwhelmed.
work out a little better than FF7 of like Cloud falls from the reactor, and then when we see Tifa again, like they've clearly gone through some stuff that we don't get to see.
True. It's interesting to see those sorts of things happen, like story points and mechanics points, where it's like, this is something that we did in this game, and now we're doing it in a slightly different way, but it's got the same energy to it. It's interesting.
I think like this kind of thing also helps the idea that FF6 doesn't have a main character.
Right.
Like ostensibly, it's
especially when they introduce them,
just for the sake of saying that there's a main character. But overall, like everybody gets a substantial role.
Right.
And it's hard to argue anyone is more than the others. And, like, honestly, I'd argue if there is a main character, it's probably Sellers.
I could see that. I could see that. I mean, I would say it is in fact Terra, but I could see why Celis would be a good choice for a main character.
You have to go by what Dissidia tells us, though.
That's true.
And Dissidia tells us that Jecht is the main villain of Final Fantasy X.
Really?
Yeah, people were like, what? When that first came out, and I think Square was all like, you know, Jecht and Tidus have the connection between them. If we were going to put Seymour in there, it would have made more sense for Yuna to be there, but Tidus is the main character.
Yeah, but even so, I don't agree. I don't agree with that. But hey, that's for another stream, isn't it?
I suppose so. I have no idea when I'm getting to Final Fantasy X. Like after we're done with this, like the next FF game I'm probably going to do will be that run we're thinking of for FF7 with the new threat mod.
Right.
Like it's the whole thing. Like especially me doing as many RPGs as I do. There's so much more out there than just what Square does, and even with Square, there's so much there than just Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest.
Yep.
Like, I
Parasite
really want to do
Eve.
Treasure of the Rudra.
Never heard of it.
It's Japan only.
Gotcha.
I'd like to say, like, late Super Famicom era, Squaresoft. So,
Cool.
like, Square at, like, the peak of their 16-bit.
Okay. Dig it.
Well, you gotta finish FF7 first, Ghost.
Ooh, FF7.
Yeah. Like, Ghost started that playthrough before I started following him. That's
Right.
long ago that playthrough started. And in the time since that, like, I've done a playthrough of FF7, Clim's done a playthrough of FF7.
It's true. I have. It wasn't very good, but I did it.
I mean, to be fair,
Well,
your problem was more technical than anything else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Playing through it, I was fine. Technically, I had to voice act the ending because it was blocked on PS4.
It kind of, like, harkens back to when I was doing Code Veronica the last time.
Welcome back.
And the sound just dropped out, like, right at the end of disc 1.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I pulled up the Tyrant Plane music on YouTube, had that playing, and then did all the voices and sound effects myself for the rest of the disc.
That's awesome.
Like, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Good times, though.
Yeah, we have fun. We have a good time.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for us for today. I want to thank everyone for joining the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Hey, it's me. How did
Come here.
Are you done with Soul Hackers today then, Mir? Because Mir has been streaming Soul Hackers 2. Hack and the World Hacks with you.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, I want to thank everyone for joining the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. We had a pretty busy chat today. People really turn out for Final Fantasy, and not for the weird shit that only I'm interested in. Like, nobody turned up when I was streaming East Origin. That was a playthrough I did on my own. Nobody cared about East Origin.
I care about you streaming.
I care about me
I
streaming.
didn't care about the game.
Yeah, like you, sweetheart, Clim. I've never played Dirge of Cerberus.
Yeah, I haven't either, actually.
But yeah.
Nor have I played Crisis.
Big special thanks to everybody in the chat. Chat was always best part of the stream. Teak, Ghost, Why Did He Bite Me? Star, May, Lee. I feel like there was at least one more person. Arturus, of course, we can't forget Arturus.
Martin was here for a minute.
Yeah, Martin Skylar. Who else? I need to put the VIP on Arturus again. It's still on his old account.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's everybody. So yeah, thanks so much. Oh no, Nicole was here in the start.
Oh, that's right. That's right. She was one of the first people in here.
Yes. So thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Very much appreciated. We'll be back next week with more Final Fantasy VI, possibly with more critical discussion. 8 p.m. British summertime, which is 3 p.m. American time.
Eastern Standard, yeah.
3 p.m. American time.
There's three time zones here.
3 p.m. American time. I do have a command for that. What's the specific command?
Oh.
It's just following.
Oh.
I have two. I have following and followed. Following will tell you how long you've been following. Followed will tell you the date you followed.
Really?
Yeah.
There it goes.
3
There's
p.m.
4 time
American
zones?
time.
Really?
Two years. Almost 3 years, yeah.
That's crazy, actually.
It's crazy to
Damn.
think, like, how long I was streaming before, like, most of you people even came in.
Right? Yeah, time flies, man.
Yeah. Like, my, like, Bane was the only person who kept me company for, like, a long time.
Yeah.
I've said before, like, without Bane, like, always being there so much, American time. Without Bane being there so much, I probably wouldn't have made it to the point where you guys started following. So I always appreciate Bane for that.
Right.
And, like,
Yeah, I remember you said that.
the first regular I got, Professor Snape, who doesn't show up all that often, but is still on the VIP list because, like, he was the first regular we got, and I did very much appreciate it.
Yeah, totally fair.
But yeah, we're back next week, 8 p.m. British Summer Time, 3 p.m. American Time. With more Final Fantasy 6, we might actually do some critical discussion next week.
Yep.
Clim will be back next Saturday. Do you have any idea what you're doing now that you finished Mario RPG, Clim?
After seeing so many people play Resident Evil, it kind of makes me want to play some Resident Evil. I'll decide. Probably Saturday morning.
Decide which one you're going to legitimately obtain.
Yes.
On your PS5.
Yes, that's right.
Which
On
I
my
suppose, like, if
PS5.
you want to talk classic, you've got only one choice on PS5. Director's Cut.
Director's cut, yeah. Yeah.
If you had a PS3,
We'll
you'd have
see.
more choice.
Right. Yeah.
And I will be back with more Resident Evil Code Veronica, continuing our 10 years of Resident Evil series on Tuesday. I'm going to take a day off tomorrow.
Tuesday. Nice.
I think I've been streaming for, like, just 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah, last week you had like 5 in a row. This week you have 3. Yeah.
There might be 4. I
Break.
forget if I streamed on Thursday.
Hmm. Yeah. I can't remember either.
But it's good stuff. I'm happy to go back into the streaming.
Yeah, it's good to have you back, for sure.
I appreciate that.
Thanks, Teak. I appreciate you.
But you say that, but, like, I'm always, like, down with that. Like, you know I have my stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, I dig.
Yeah.
I dig.
I
actually downloaded Sonic.
Yeah, if you're
I played through that.
doing OG Director's Cut, I can hook you up with a version that has the uncensored cutscenes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's neither here nor there. I think, like, most of us have various ways of acquiring these games. For me, it's that I
Yeah.
actually own all of them physically.
Right.
Yeah.
And I do. I actually still have Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 on PlayStation.
The last one
As
I
well
played
as
was
Final
Survivor,
Fantasy.
and, like, I posted it in the Discord when I bought it.
Yeah.
That's going on the
Cool.
shelf and never coming out. But yeah, Code Veronica on Tuesday. I'm hoping I can have that done in, like, 3 sessions. And then after that, Survivor 2, which will be, like, under an hour. And then we start Gaiden.
Nice.
Resident Evil Gaiden. And after that, the history, no, not after that. How far did I get yesterday? We're about to go into the mansion. That's what it
In
was.
Code Veronica?
Yeah.
The Bates Mansion?
Yeah.
The Norman Bates Mansion?
Yep.
Awesome.
Master Bates Mansion. You never got married, so we would technically be a master rather than a mister.
You're right.
Yeah, after Gaiden is Remake, then Zero. I'm undecided on how I'll do those, whether or not I'll do... With Zero, I'm doing HD, because I absolutely do not give a fuck. And HD at least has the costumes, which can make things more interesting.
Right.
With Remake, I'm undecided whether or not I'll do HD or the GameCube original. Then after that is Outbreak. No, it's Dead Aim, then Outbreak. Do Dead Aim, and then with Outbreak, we might slow things down so I can get to a point where people are available, because I am after doing that multiplayer.
Right.
Clim's after joining me. Star said he's up for it. My buddy Kira is down for that. I think it's a 4-player game.
I think so. Yeah.
If not, we can switch people in and out for different scenarios. See what scenarios everybody wants to do. Which, in that case, also means that that's open for people in the chat if you guys want to join us for specific scenarios, because we'll be doing all the scenarios. That's 10 scenarios. 5 per game, I think. Then we follow up with RE4, which I know what I'm doing with that. I have a specific idea in mind. And then we wrap that up with Resident Evil Deadly Silence, the DS enhanced port of the original.
Cool.
Which has some really nice stuff like quick turn, manual reload, quick knife. Like, it's really cool. If you have to play in OGRE1, Deadly Silence is the best way to do it.
Interesting.
There's like, some people disagree probably just because it's on the DS. Same way I've had people disagree with me that the best way to play Sonic 1 and 2 is the Android versions. And people are like, no, specifically because it's mobile. It's like, no, they are the best versions. And it's frustrating they're only on mobile. Anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for us for today. Clem, you got anything you want to plug? Anything you want to talk about before we go?
No, you already plugged me. I stream on Saturdays. I'll catch you on Saturdays if you pop in. Yep. I'll stream something.
I am off next week from Thursday to the Thursday after, so expect more streams from me and longer streams. And particularly with you, Ghost, if you're going to stream over that period, I'll be able to stay longer. And Teak and I are discussing the possibility, since I can stay up later since I'm off, of us doing a co-op game again.
Cool.
The last time we did that was the Super Mario World playthrough, which was fun.
That was fun.
And I learned Teak is not as good at Mario World as I expected. Which, it sounds conceited, but with stuff like that, I always expect people to be better than I am at everything. Right. And it's like, Super Mario World is one of those games that I am actually really good at. So it's not fair with Mario World.
Sure.
Yeah. The way I've got this listed on the stream information makes it sound like there's going to be another critical discussion after we're done with 6. Weekend should basically be free. Yeah, we could do the weekend. We could do Saturday, definitely. Friday and Saturday, probably, definitely.
Cool.
I'm going to be out on the 20th, which is Tuesday. Yeah, no, that's
Tuesday.
Fine. I'm going to be out with a friend. Is that Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday, yeah, because I'm doing trivia on the 20th.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out with a friend. Probably not particularly late though, so I'll probably come back and do some streaming after that.
Cool.
I'd like to get through the history of Resident Evil, and then get back to doing the RPG stuff. Finish up Skies of Arcadia. I'd like to be done with everything that we're doing at the minute before Halloween.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, because I've got a bunch of stuff there. This Tuesday, working. Like, it's always the problem with like joining you on Tuesdays, because like, you know, I want to support your turn-based Tuesdays and shit, but you start at like 2 a.m. I can't.
That American time zone, man.
I can't check my Halloween schedule without cutting Clim off. Although I have my phone here, and is it done charging? It is done charging.
Hey.
So let's take. I mentioned it last time, but I didn't end up having a proper look because I was doing shit at the time. Halloween. Schedule as it currently stands. I mentioned that I took Rule of Rose off there because, like, no. Silent Hill 4, The Room. Be doing that. Kudelka, which I've been wanting to do for a while, because once I've done Kudelka, I can finally start Shadow Hearts. Until Dawn.
Until Dawn.
Which
wow.
I've never finished. Clock Tower: The First Fear, the PlayStation version.
Cool.
The Sinking City. Condemned: Criminal Origins. That's the game about beating homeless people with pipes.
Excellent.
Alone in the Dark Inferno, and wrapping it up with the second playthrough of Eternal Darkness.
Okay.
Which, like, Eternal Darkness is a good game, and I've had it in my mind since I did that first playthrough that I eventually want to come back and do the second and third. Because you do all three Ancients, like a continuous playthrough. Once you've done the third one, you unlock the true ending. I just didn't want to do it like really soon after the first playthrough because like the last 3 hours of that game are like tedious as shit. That game starts on a high and ends on a low. It really does.
Yeah. It sucks.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. We've kept Clim long enough to remind him why he stopped doing these things.
No, you're good. We're good. This was fun.
So yeah, unless
Clim
Clim has
podcast.
anything to say, it's going to be pretty much it.
It's been fun. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. Thanks Mecha for having me on.
Yeah, it's always good to have Clim on the stream. Clim brings the banter. We've not done much Simpsons stuff today. We will probably do more next week. We did a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, we talked.
We whet the appetite. So March day and night by the big cooling tower.
Play Classical Gas.
That's a real Last Exit to Springfield is such a good episode.
Yeah.
Like it's heartfelt and it's got some of the best jokes. Like that's where Gentle Plan comes from.
Right, yeah, because she's singing that song with the braces on her.
Yeah.
With the headgear.
How often do you brush your teeth, Ralph? Why must you lie to me, Ralph? Time for us to take a look at the big book of British smiles.
Oh my god.
Which, like, I would be offended at that, but, like, I don't have great teeth anyway. Mostly just, like, the shape of them. Like, one tooth is, like, really out of shape. Which is mostly because, like, I had one tooth that took absolutely fucking ages to pull out. And so the adult tooth, like, grew behind it. And, like, that really fucked everything up. And to get it fixed is expensive. There you go, a little bit of personal information about me.
There you
if
go.
You tell anyone, I will find you, cut you.
It's true. He'll do it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I wanna take you for a ride.